Oh, oh, what?
Ah, boy.
Oh man. You ever just come in your own house and put your socks on and they're
Yeah,
warm, like warm socks
mm.
or a nice warm towel after a shower or something because it's yours. You know what I'm saying?
but these different socks with now this time they like
Whoa.
isotoners.
Woo!
They the isotoners. Remember the isotoners? These are the isotoners you
Woo!
putting on. So
Oh man, it's
yeah.
2024. We gotta get the copper fit pluses. Man. But yo, once again, it is on straight up, just like that, man. It's your boy K Wit, Jay, the MIC. What's really happening right now? I don't think people understand. Rec Room Sports is back. Oh my god, I don't think we really went nowhere, Jay. I think we got to stretch our wings a little bit. What you didn't you get to hang out with the guys from LTS for a little while from Let's Talk Sports?
Long time, man, long time. Yeah, man. We you know, we put some time in the
Mm-hmm.
hoop. And then of course, you got the fantasy gamblers, man. You got Scott, you got
Wow,
Tanner,
wow.
Allen. Allen's always all Oklahoma, all day, every second, every minute,
Every
every hour. You know, uh, Bobby G. Shout out to Bobby.
Shout
So
out to Bobby G.
yeah. We've been spending a lot of time with the fellas, man.
Yeah,
But
man, definitely, man.
the fellas get to come to our crib today. They get to come to our
Yeah,
crib today and
we
drink
got
beers.
cold beer
Yeah,
today. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Shout out to one of our other player partners, man, Nick Barkins, man. Big shouts out to Nick.
Yeah.
Let me do head kicks and haymakers with him. I get to talk about a little MMA, some boxing. Great action, great fun on that show. Shout out to Mr. Bobby Blunts as well. One of the coolest guys I got to get a chance to meet. We get to talk that MMA, but that's on Wednesdays, man. And then on Fridays, like Jay said, we doing in the hoop, and then Tuesdays it's about to turn into something different, man. I don't know. I mean, we might as well go ahead and get started, right? Don't we got somebody in the green room right now? We got to introduce to the people, Jay. You think it's about that time? I think we might. Hold on. Let me hit the button. Hold on. Who we got in the door? Oh my. Oh
What's up?
wow.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our newest correspondent for Rec Room Sports, Miss April, aka Jets Girl for Life on Instagram. Make sure you follow her.
What's up? What's
Welcome
up?
to the
What's up?
stage.
What's
Welcome to the
up?
stage. Man. Wow. Oh man. Now, Miss April, I feel as though the heat is emanating from your chair. Like you got a lot going on right now. Like
You
I think
ready?
you want to
You
tell the
ready? Are you
I think
ready? Are
tell
you
me,
ready?
son. What?
Woody! Woody! Sell the team! Woody!
Oh
Woody
my
Johnson! Sell the team!
oh my
Y'all, I'm a New York fan. I've been a New York fan since I was 3 years old. My very first memory is me and my dad watching the Jets. I'm a diehard Jets fan. At this point, Woody, sell the team. Sell the team. You are purposely destroying this team one handedly from inside the front office. You got to sell. This is not getting better. Aaron Rodgers is not getting better. Y'all not making no changes at quarterback. You won't change the turf. You won't give us grass. Come on, man. You got to do something. Either give us our coach back. We want Rex Ryan back. Bring him back. I don't know who you're going to put at GM, but Rex Ryan needs to be our next coach. If you are going to stay and not sell the team, you have to put Rex Ryan as our next coach. He's the only one that can deal with you. Woody, sell the team. At this point, it's time to go. We're done. We're tired. We're fed up. Sell the team, Woody. It's over. Your run is done.
oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know. um that's one hell of an intro. I was gonna ask you like regular questions about who's your favorite team and but I think we get the point. So, as an avid Jets fan, you already on the bandwagon of the ownership needing to sell the team, man. It's already that. Is it that bad already?
It's that bad. It's that bad. He fired Salah for no reason. It wasn't Saleh's fault. Now, were we having a bad season? Yeah. Was he probably going to get fired at the end of the season? Yeah. But why would you fire him in the middle of the season? You are purposely destroying this team. Purposely. And then when Joe Douglas got fired, all the reports that came out, Joe Douglas did not keep his mouth shut. He let it all go. It came out that he was purposely stopping trades. He benched Tony Adams. Come on, man. Sell the team at this point. Something got to change. Something has got to change. We cannot keep doing this.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes in, we would like to introduce you to Miss Avril, aka Jess Girl for Life. That's how you do an intro to a show, Jay. That's how you let the people know what's really going on in the streets right now.
Huh? I missed it.
Well.
What he got to tell the team? And it already came out that he's not going to be an ambassador this season or this year for Trump. Yeah, Woody, sell the team. It's over for you. Sell the team. Sell the team.
Wow. And on that note, I don't know, Jay. You think it's about time?
I guess we're gonna talk about it in the NFL because it's that time, dog. Like, I'm sorry, I missed all this.
Oh,
man, is gone. Hey, bro, oh, you talking about Woody? Oh, hell yeah, Woody, man, spell the team. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm sorry.
And word on the street is you had a bag to put over your head, Avril, but don't worry, you ain't gonna need it because it's the RecRoomSports show. Let's go.
Hey.
This is RecRoomSports. Olympians carrying the torch, going where they don't go. We ain't lost. From the optics to the topics, we got this with synopsis. Think outside the boxes like Jay on the mic or your boy K Whit. Joe is my coach, T Sweat on the mix. All sports, even if you catch fish like Nate Diaz catches fist. You need to catch this episode, it's a can't miss. We go live and you should subscribe and X's and O's. We made our plan, yo.
Oh, yes. I'm telling you, man, when I get the groove and I hear it in my headphones, it just makes me feel like something's going on, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, man. It's your people from the RecRoomSports crew. We are here in the building today. Oh my God, it is going down. Oh, I feel so good, man. We got all the people in the building. We got plenty of guests today for a brand new show, brand new wave. Just like the kids say, this is a brand new wave. So, of course, we got to kick it off, man. We got my brother from another mother, always in the building, always ready to go, repping like normal. It's your boy Jay on the NYC. Jay, what's really good?
Yo, Jay, I remember I talking about the name change, but
excuse me,
it all makes sense. It all makes sense, man. We good, man. But I'm good. Yeah, I'll explain it later. It makes sense, but I'll explain it later. But y'all do know this, man. Jaden 5 is alive. Jaden 5 is alive.
Oh man, Jaden 5 is alive.
Get it. Y'all get it. Mr. Oculus himself, man. Jaden 5 is alive.
All right. And just in case you missed that rant at the very beginning, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new correspondent on the RecRoomSports show. I can't believe it. You can't believe it, but she is here. And if you can't tell, she is a Carolina girl at heart, a Jets fan from the jump. And please let us not talk about the Yankees right now. We got to get you introduced to Miss Avril, aka Jets Girl for Life on Instagram. Avril, what's really good? How you doing?
What's up? I am a diehard Jets fan, diehard Carolina fan, diehard Penn State fan, and a diehard Yankees fan. Go Yankees. Go Yankees.
Now, see, now you caught me with that Penn State, man. You caught me with the Penn State. And of
Yeah,
course,
I
man,
throw everybody off with that. That was something from high school, and it stuck. My high school athletic trainer went to Penn State, and I wanted to be an athletic trainer for the New York Jets, and I wanted to go to Penn State, and that's how I became a Penn State fan.
okay, man. Yo, straight up, man. We got the round of applause, baby. Saying she had aspirations, one time for aspirations in the building. And everybody knows what time it is, man. It's your boy, which was number one draft pick. And we have been plotting on this for so long. I can't wait to go ahead and get started, man. Oh, man. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a big favor. Like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Share this to a friend. Put it on Facebook. Put it on IG. We would really appreciate it because we're going to be doing this once again on the regular. And, man, do we have a show lined up for you today? So, first off, welcome back, man. You know, it feels good to be here. Jay the MIC, of course. He and I have been traversing the landscape of podcasts, getting to know people, making friends along the way. And today is a day in which we get to bring some of our friends to, kind of our house, right, Jay?
That's correct. I'm probably going to jump out. You can hear me?
Yeah, no, we can. We definitely. But for sure, this is a moment in which we've been plotting on for a little while now, and I'm excited to go ahead and do it. And once again, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Big shouts out to Freeport in the building, already screaming, "Go Dogs!" Please, not yet. We have a baseball segment, Freeport. We have a baseball segment. Please do not. Please do not.
If I recall correctly, the Braves got shut out in when? Oh, the ALDS? Or did y'all make it out the wild card? Because we made it to the World Series, but
She's
continue on.
She's throwing jabs already. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, man, we might as well get right into it. We got one of our best good friends and one of our best correspondents in the back. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into one of the funnest things we like to do here at the Rec Room. We like to talk about the NFL on Rec Room is back, baby. Yeah. Okay. You know what time it is, man. So the season has been progressing. So much has been going on. Teams that we thought were going to be at the top are at the bottom. And some of the teams who are going to be at the bottom are somewhere near the top. Shout out to Jay. You see what time it is with him. He will get a chance to talk about it. And when it comes to the NFL and correspondence in the NFL, we only got a few people we can call on. Some people got a lot of followers, some people don't. But this one in particular is our good friend. And if you look at him on TikTok, man, the numbers keep going up. So one time for our guy, Champ in the building. What's going on, big dog? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I feel great to be back on Rec Room, man. I've been waiting for this all year long, man. Let's get into it. I've been waiting on this all year. Good to see all of y'all. Good to see all of y'all once again, man. Happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Most definitely, Champ. Hey, it is a pleasure to always have you in the building. Before we get started, man, Champ, run down your resume. Tell them what kind of shows you doing. Where can they find you? So just in case they want to go ahead and look for you right now while we got a little bit of time.
Hey, first and foremost, like I said, always a privilege, pleasure, and an honor to be on here on Rec Room, man. Hey, thank y'all for always inviting me, man. It's always great to accept the invitation. Yeah, man, we started up the Undisputed GOAT podcast not too long ago. We're up to almost 70 subscribers there. Me and my main man, Flash 22, and BRL Sports. We do that show every Saturday now. We changed the time from Thursday to Saturday. So that show is really picking up. Also on Sports PSP podcast every single Friday at 9, the highlight of Friday nights. And we're up to 19,000 on TikTok as we speak. We're still going through all of the seasons at this point. So I'm just happy to be here, man. God has been good. And look, I mean, every day above ground is a good day. I'm just glad that I have a voice in order to spread the word of sports, man. Glad I have that voice.
Amen. Amen. And as of course we talked about, we're gonna get into the NFL. So my guy, Champ, as we get to look at the landscape of what's been happening right now. I know Jay's got something to say. Of course, we know we heard what April's got to say, most definitely, and of course, I got a little bit to say. But when you look at the landscape of the season thus far, from beginning to right where we are now, crazy things have happened. Where in your mind are we in the season, especially getting close to the holiday season, where it's kind of like the year kind of hyped up a little bit, man?
Hey, getting down to the nitty gritty. This is the most important time of the season. Everybody's getting down into where they need to be, trying to get them seedings in the playoffs. I see the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are leading the pack in the NFC. Right behind them is the Philadelphia Eagles. Got to put the Philadelphia Eagles in there. And look, the most competitive division right now is the NFC North. The NFC North got 3 teams up there that is just like, I mean, they have a legitimate shot. They have a legitimate shot. Although the Detroit Lions are leading the pack, that NFC North, I mean, anybody can come out of that division. And they're not too far behind the Detroit Lions at this point. They're not too far behind the Detroit Lions at this point. It's like they're 1 or 2 games behind. So, hey, Detroit need to keep on winning if they hope to get that number 1 seed, especially with some of the injuries they've dealt with as of lately. Oh, look, Rookie of the Year has to be Jaden Daniels at this point in time.
Oh, what?
Has to be Jaden Daniels. Has to be. Hey, it has to be Jaden Daniels. Look, Jaden Daniels coming in, he didn't have a good defense coming in. He didn't have a good defense. The only thing he had coming in that we knew that was guaranteed was Scary Terry. That's the only thing he had coming in, and Brian Robinson. So the thing is, we didn't really know what Austin Eckler was going to do, him leaving San Diego, Los Angeles, coming into Washington. We didn't really know what we was going to get. And to be honest with you, verdict was really out on Dan Quinn because of how, his tenure as a head coach ended with my Atlanta Falcons. So the verdict was out on him for a long, long time. So people didn't really know what they was going to get. Sean Payton, he has a proven rap sheet, regardless of what you may think about him. He won Super Bowls. Heck, they was 1 game out of the playoffs last year before they snowed Russell Wilson. Let's just automatically just say that. And Russell Wilson, credit to him, proving how much of a great player that he is. He's going to Pittsburgh, and he's pretty much shining at this point. But the Rookie of the Year has to be Jaden Daniels. He didn't have a number 1 defense coming into this season, or at least a comparable defense. Right now, having a Sean Payton, an offensive coach, especially, people don't want to talk about this. He is in a division with 2 of the top defenses in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. Remember, going into that game against my Atlanta Falcons, they was ranked number 1 in the league. It was ranked number 1 in the league. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they're at least top 10 right now. So playing in that blood and guts division with these top coaches, with Andy Reid, with a Jim Harbaugh, and Sean Payton being the coach of the Denver Broncos, it has to. I mean, that's a blood and guts division, but it has to be Jaden Daniels. Nobody expected anything out of them at this point. At one point, they was ahead in their division before the Philadelphia Eagles just start reeling off wins. But you got to put it with Jaden Daniels at this point. Plus,
so how do you feel about this?
Say again.
I watched for reason they're trying to Nick in that rookie year.
Hold on 1 second. I think you're just a little choppy. Let's see if we can hear you.
Yeah, you got me?
Yes, ma'am. There we go.
Okay, so I said, 1, did you watch the game last night? And how do you feel about them putting Bo Nix in the Rookie of the Year conversation? Because now every analyst is saying they're not saying he's winning, but they're saying he's in the conversation. I watched the game last night. I stayed up. I watched it. So how do you feel about them trying to put him in that conversation for Rookie of the Year?
Well, to be honest with you, he is in that conversation, but you have to give it to Jay. Because like I said, no one expected. This wasn't he's coming into a playoff caliber team this year. He came into that. Like I said, the only reason why they did not make the playoff last year is because they was trying to get rid of Russell Wilson, and they did not want him to have that guaranteed money of $37 million. I think it was 39. So Denver was already a playoff team last year. Plus, like I said, Sean Payton is a proven head coach down there in New Orleans. Like I said, the verdict was out on Dan Quinn, especially with how his tenure with the Atlanta Falcons ended. People knew he was a great defensive coach. And you got to think about this. The verdict was out on Cliff Kingsbury as well, because when he was at Arizona, you know, he would start the first half of the season. It would always be great. Then the second half, they'll flounder. So coming in with two coaches where the verdict was out on them, not to mention he didn't have a stifling defense coming into this year. There's still some holes on their defense. Plus, he doesn't have a good offensive line either. You know, it shows when he plays the great teams. So I have to put him in there. Now, two dark horses in this Rookie of the Year race have to be two Georgia Bulldogs. I hate to do that, but it has to be two Georgia Bulldogs. And it is Brock Bowers. And Ladd McConkey.
I like Ladd McConkey.
And when you really think about it, I would put, if it wasn't a quarterback-driven league, right, like it was, because you always know they're going to give it to the quarterback, you would have to put Brock Bowers in that conversation for Rookie of the Year. Why? He's on schedule to break Sam Laporta's record of 89 receptions, and he's on pace to break Mike Ditka's records that was set in 1964 when he was the first rookie to catch as a tight end over 1,000 yards. He's on pace to break those records. Not to mention, look, if you really want to be honest, he's third in the league in receiving yards right now. So if he would have had his touchdowns up, he would have been in the running for Triple Crown. So a dark horse candidate, when you talk about Rookie of the Year, has to be Brock Bowers. Go Dogs, by the way.
Well, I be damn.
Well, we heard that. Now, of course, as we get into the rest of the picture for this NFL season, champ, question: what would happen to be your most surprising letdown of the season? Not the best thing, but something that caught you off guard that just blew everybody out of the water for as far as this NFL season is concerned.
The one thing that kind of blew me out of the water. Let me see. There's a multitude of things, but I will have to say, the fact that the Dallas Cowboys let the Washington Commanders catch them in less than a year.
Oh man! Oh, whoa! Yo, wait, time out. You said the secret code word. Oh man, we say Washington Commanders. When you say Washington Commanders, we gotta bring our guys. Washington Commanders. J5 is alive, man. Talk about your people real quick, man. Go ahead and get it in.
I keep saying it, man. Like, we're talking about a dude that, you know, I was making fun of him at first because it was like, all right, hopefully he can complete some passes then. That was my joke when they said he get like 250 snaps a week. I was like, damn, 250 snaps a week extra on top of any other quarterback is whoa. You know, then when you start to look at his completion percentage, it's crazy. You know, for him to do what no rookie in the NFL has ever done before, I'm happy. I'm happy. I was just listening to Champ. Like, I agree. I'm listening. I agree with everything he's saying. It's a glorious time. You know, hey, you know, you see my shirt, it's crossed out. You know, we got some names crossed out here, but look at the bottom. We got Commanders, and we taking command. That's just how it works. Yeah, we caught the Cowboys. That's easy. Catching the Cowboys is easy. Jerry makes it easy for us. You know, it's always easy. We always can snatch a division, even though we're not leading the division this year. You know, every now and then we can snatch it every once in a while. You know what I mean? When we're not supposed to. So, you know, I'm not going to use the big G word yet when it comes to Jaden. The defense, we don't, you know, it's so many ways I can go with this. Like, you know, the defense. We're talking about a bunch of guys who never worked together ever. Like, in its totality, these guys never have been together, even in a room probably together, ever. You know what I'm saying? For this amount of time that they've been. So every day is a new experience. as far as his defense. You know, the media can sit there and say, "Oh, you know, Dallas's defense. Remember, our defense was giving up all of this in the beginning of the season. Now, like the media now is kind of pushing the defense. Oh, this defense, you know, they don't give up the easy plays, and they don't give up this. So they don't, you know, they give up the big play every now and then. Yeah, you know, shout out to Emmanuel Forbes. Hope you do well, the Rams, but not here, buddy. Anyway, um, just Jaden Daniels. You know, I don't want to use the big G word because, you know, the great quarterbacks can take me, Whit, Avril, Champ. Hey, let's go out in a sandlot somewhere, man. And let's throw some passes, and they can make all of us look good. And they be like, damn, how did they get open? How? The great quarterbacks can take just about anybody and make them look good. They make their team better. They their receiving core better. So, you know, let's see what happens. This is the first year. You know, if he continues to do this, imagine when they put some talent around him. Don't Cam Newton him. Don't Cam Newton him. You know what I mean? Don't let him just go out there and try to win it, you know, be Superman for real. Like, no, don't do that. Let's just put some help around him. Seasons ahead. Peters is doing a great job. A great job. Anybody in DC that's listening to this, hit me up. I'll cash app you. Please go buy up some lunch on me. Please. Adam Peters. Do that for me. But yeah, it's great right now. Let's do this. All right. 8-5, cool. I'll take it. Take it any day.
Word up, word up. Now, Jay, listen, you set a mouthful, bro. When you think about what's been going on this season, one of the biggest disappointments have been the letdown from the Cowboys and the ascent of the Washington Commanders. Now, I give them 100% credit because as we see and look at the numbers, 8-5 keeps them alive right now. 5-7, they on their way to heaven, man. I don't know what's really going on, but something's got to change in that Cowboys GM's standpoint. And of course, Champ, you know, I'm sure you were about to mention, along with the Cowboys having a tough season, coaches got to be on the hot seat at the same time, right?
Yes. The coach is on the hot seat, but it's been that way, to be honest with you. It's been that way. You know, they keep going to the first round and losing, and it's not getting any better. And, you know, I'm just going to be honest with you. Blaming Mike McCarthy is easy, but the blame has to go to the top. Game has to go to the top because the thing is, I only coach these players. And granted, you know, it's your job as the head coach to coach these guys up. But look, Jerry knew that he didn't have any run stoppers in that defense earlier in the year. He knew he didn't have them last year the way that Aaron Jones came out there and just gashed them in the playoff. He knew he didn't have any run stoppers. What did they do? They didn't address that. I mean, you got guys signed very late. You signed Dak late. You signed CeeDee Lamb late. So, you know, continuity was kind of thrown off at that point. You didn't sign a great second receiver. You didn't go out there and do that. It seems like everybody else in the league over the offseason was doing everything they could to address all of the issues that they had. But it seems like Jerry just failed in order to do that. And as evident with that phone call with the radio host, it's like he takes offense whenever he's criticized for that. I mean, look, you don't – the worst thing that ever happened for that Cowboys organization is when he won that Super Bowl with Barry Switzer, and he won without Jimmy Johnson. That was the worst thing that could have ever happened, because from there he thought his mind reigned supreme, but he hasn't won anything since that time. And one thing Jerry has to work on, look, get somebody in there in that general manager spot that knows what they are doing. Because the thing is, you might be drafting some good players, and they drafted some good players, but you have got to get somebody else in there that's going to really, really just go for broke. Because although the San Francisco 49ers, they're disappointing at this point in time, they go for broke every single year. It's just like you got teams out here literally going for broke every single year. when you think about the Houston Texans, although they have been kind of like lackluster at a certain point outside of their defense, that offense is not as high powered as we thought they was. I mean, and they went for broke in the offseason. They went inside the Neil Hunter. They went and got Joe Mixon. They went and got Stephon Diggs. That's what you do as a general manager and the owner of a team when you are trying to make a Super Bowl run. He has not done any of that. And unfortunately, I mean, this Cowboys organization is in trouble at this point. They're in big trouble. And look, the Washington Commanders have already caught up with him. They've already caught up with him. And guess what? It's not going to get any better for him anytime soon, because guess what? The Washington Commanders are an offensive line away from being true competitors.
Wow.
They're offensive line away. They're doing this without an offensive line. So imagine what they're going to do when they get some hogs in there.
Wow.
When they get some hogs in there, watch what happens with Jay Daniels and how he ascends.
Now, real quick, champ, hold on. The funny thing is we got more fire in the building. I really can't believe this. I'm looking in the green room right now. There's a gentleman, one of my favorite uncles to watch. We're gonna have to remove this for a little while, ladies and gentlemen, because we got so many people in the house today. We got to make more room. Okay, it's amazing how when we shine the bat signal in the sky, Batman shows up. And ladies and gentlemen, we got an uncle from the West Coast, got his own show, does his own thing, got a bunch of subscribers, has been hanging with us since the jump. We got to bring him in because he's in the green room. I think he's ready because he's a professional. One time for our uncle. Oh, Bo, there we go. Unmute yourself, Uncle Bo.
Hey, how's it happening? What's happening, everybody? Good to see you guys.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah.
What's up?
What's going on?
All right, Uncle Bo, you missed the introduction, but we've got our new correspondent here, Avril, Miss Jess Girl for Life. We've got our good friend, Champ. We've got Jay. We're all talking football right now, and we're going to just jump right into you since you're here. I know you're ready. So, of course, we talked Rookie of the Year. We're talking about the biggest disappointment. What's your biggest surprise from this season thus far?
Biggest surprise has to be Washington, right?
Oh my God! Whoa, we got to do it again. We got Jay. Wait a minute.
That's got to be the biggest surprise. As far as good surprise, right? Like that's the biggest good surprise. You thought with all the new pieces that they were going to be interesting to watch, but you didn't know they were going to have the success that they have right away. Feels a little bit like the Texans last year, right? Where you thought they were going to be a little bit of a middling team, and you feel like they're overachieving. Surprising on the other way is the absolute meltdown that is the 49ers. And, as a Seahawk fan, really enjoyable. But as an analyst, it's crazy to see the amount of injuries and the way that they have just come apart. But again, as a Seahawk fan, I am here for it.
Right. And matter of fact, Bo, since you didn't get to catch the first part of the intro, what's going on with the Seahawks, man? I'm actually catching the vibes right now as we look at their record, bro. Y'all looking pretty crispy at 7-5 over there. So how you feel about your Seahawks as of right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with the way the defense has started to come along, right? The defense has looked sharp over the last couple of weeks. That offensive line is just hot trash. It is rough to watch week in and week out. And you were hoping they were going to be a little bit further along than they are, but man, it's a unit that needs some love. The record is about where I thought they'd be. I think they're a 9-win team. And so they're getting there a little different than I thought they would, but ultimately I still think they're a 9-win team. They, the defense has to carry a lot of the load here. This last week, they couldn't figure out how to catch a kickoff. I feel like that's some peewee football type stuff that we shouldn't fumble 3 in a row. But, that's just kind of the weird things that they're dealing with. This is a team that has a lot of turnover as well, right? All new coaching staff, a lot of new players on defense, and really didn't do anything to address the offensive line. So even though they're currently in the lead of the division, I still think they're a 9-win team.
Currently, there we go. Currently in the lead in the division. Still feeling like they're a 9-win team. Let's talk about a team that I think we have not addressed yet. Someone brought it up into the comment section. And the thing is, the two of you kind of can get in on this, Bo and Champ. And I think Jay will probably have a little bit to say on this. Haven't had been there. Oh, and one time for my partner, Jay Jackson. Jay Jackson, what do I see you, my dog, over there in Instagram going crazy talking about Jared Jones? That's what's up, bro. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, Jackson. You know what time it is, boy. Anyway, as we look here, and we have several Falcon fans in the chat, including our guest Champ. What is your view on the Atlanta Falcons this season? And then of course we'll ask Champ about that.
Hey, turnovers.
I like the delay. I like the delay.
Turnovers. 10 turnovers in the last 3 games. That's about as bad as my diet was last week, man. Come on. You got to do better than that, Kirk Cousins. You got to do better than that. You went from Kirko chains to, them chains turning into rust right about now. So you got to get it together. Look, there was, ironically, before they bid, Rumorville was about the possibility of Kirk Cousins getting traded, because everybody has been speaking about how much Michael Penix is like ahead of his time right now, and you saw it even a couple of weeks ago when we got blown out by the Denver Broncos. When Michael Penix came in, he was out there like Warren Moon. He looks sort of like Warren Moon, but a little bit more mobile. But yeah, that's what's big, because the defense, they held those guys last night. They held them in check the other night in order for us to win the game. Jesse Bates and Kirk did their job. So Kirk, and you're starting to see it. They're losing faith in him because of the play call. Because I know they ran that super sweep about 20 times. They ran that 88 super sweep. And you can start to see how the offensive coordinator is kind of losing faith in them at a certain point. So it's not looking good for Kirk at this point. And the thing is, it's not a huge cap hit if they release him. It's only going to be like 26 million. It's not going to be one of those big, huge cap hits like the Russell Wilsons or even Deshaun Watson. So yeah, they got to get it together on as far as Kirk chains, because the thing is, around this time last year, we was complaining about the same thing. Good defense, good running back, good skill position player. We just can't put enough points on the board. And ironically, another thing, Kirk has not thrown a touchdown in the past 3 games either. He has not thrown a touchdown. So there's a lot of things that he has to work on. And look, you ain't got long to work on them either, because you got the Vikings this Sunday, and Baker Mayfield, who has the most touchdowns since last year with 52 touchdowns. Hey, he's hot up on your trail at this point. They're 6-6, you're 6-6. So, you don't have time to waste. And the thing is, if you don't win this division, the probability of us making it to the playoff is slim to none. Like I was saying earlier, that blood and guts division up there in the NFC North, you got 3 playoff teams right there. So if you don't make you don't win that division title, you pretty much SOL at this point. But Kirk got to do a better job of taking care of that ball. Hey, this is a huge season for that running game. Bijan Robinson having a breakout year. Kyle Pitts, Ray McLeod, all the receivers, everybody's doing their job. But you got to put up some points, Kirk. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself on the couch next year. You won't be playing for the Atlanta Falcons. But I believe that's the main problem with my Falcons at this point.
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Kurt has fleeced 3 teams out of money at this point.
Uh-oh.
When are y'all gonna stop letting this man fleece y'all out of money? he fleeced Washington, he fleeced the Vikings, and now he done fleeced Atlanta. When are y'all gonna stop putting y'all trust in this man? Stop just throwing money at him. I mean, if y'all want to throw millions at somebody, I can throw the ball better than he can.
Wow.
I mean, before y'all cancel him, can I get his agent's number? That's all I need. Like let's get this thing going.
Hey, he does have a good agent. He does have a good agent. He does have a good agent.
I am not mad at it. Let's go to the bank. Still, I like Champ's intro. It was the hey.
Right.
No, it's crazy to me that they're struggling the way that they are because they shouldn't. You know, and it's like some of it, yeah, it's Kirk, right? But when you see him struggling this way, you got this Penix guy. Now, of course, I'm out here on the West Coast. I saw him throw the ball a lot. Give that dude a shot. Like, you guys could be winning more games. It certainly shouldn't be tied in the division with Baker minus all of his weapons. What is happening over there? So, yeah, no, they need to give Penix a shot. And, you know, the cap hit won't be terrible if they move on from Kirk. So it might be that time.
Go ahead, Avery, you were just about to say something.
He has, so if he keeps winning,
Hold on, Avery. I know you scared. Something's going on with your microphone. Jump back in if you can check on that.
Okay, that's not on my end. All right.
Yeah, no.
Like, no, am I missing that?
Yeah, we're getting. This is our dry run today, so I appreciate everybody participating. And definitely, hey, look, while she's getting her microphone squared away, I definitely want to jump in and say, I bet nobody had on their scorecard that Russell Wilson was going to have the Steelers looking really crispy right now at the top of what? Which division? Yeah, ours. Okay, because somehow magically we're looking really good right now at 9-3. And you know, magically, the mesh between Tomlin and Russell Wilson and some of the other guys that they brought in during the trades have been happening and working out. So big shouts out to Coach Tomlin and those Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, Bo and Champ, I appreciate you guys for coming through. We got to have you guys back on the show again. We're getting deeper and deeper into the season. We're going to need more correspondence from you. Bo, you didn't get a chance to tell everybody where we can find you. Can you do us a big favor? Tell us about your shows and your social media handle so we can find you and you know, check you out.
Yeah, absolutely. So right there on the screen is my YouTube channel at Football-Talk. How that wasn't already taken, I have no idea. If you are on all the social medias, it's Football Talk with Bo. I have shows every day basically, and Roku TV 5 days a week.
That's what I'm talking about. The man is an international man of mystery, if you don't know. And of course, Champ, man, what you got to make sure you kick us those IG handles and those TikTok handles so we can follow you on all your socials, bro.
Number one, always a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be on RecRoomSports, man. Hey, always a good. Best intro in podcast. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, man. Greatest intro ever.
You got to meet the producer one day.
Yeah, I gotta meet the producer one day. Maybe you can produce me a song. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hey, so, man. Look, fellas, we appreciate both of y'all. Make sure everybody like, share, and subscribe. Follow my Uncle Bo. Please follow my cousin Champ. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere else with both of them. Oh, what happened? What's up?
Whit.
I'm up. Yep.
I got one thing to say. Champ. I need you, and hopefully he's watching, Mr. PSP. Jahan Dotson. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll become the hero someday.
Wow.
How did that trade go?
Mic drop.
That trade was bad. That was bad. I'm surprised you remember that.
I didn't forget. No. Oh no. Worst trade ever. Yeah.
We got receipts
Pulling
here.
up receipts.
Yeah, that's some receipts for the
And
back
I'll be
right
back
there.
to let them know who we got out of it.
Oh,
I'll let them
man.
know what picks we picked with those picks.
Yeah.
See how that works out.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
man.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
If
Uncle
he can give
Bo.
us 7 touchdowns, then hey, broke even.
I
There
mean,
you
I'm
go.
so glad you got Bobby Wagner off our team. So
Oh man,
Thank you,
yeah.
sir.
Fellas, man, we gonna make sure we bring y'all back. Make sure you follow the guys. 2 of our favorite NFL correspondents in one show. Uncle Bo, Cousin Chad. Thank y'all so much, man. We're gonna bring y'all back for show. Oh my God, man. That's how we start a show. That's how we get funky very early. And look, guess what? You know what's funny? When we do these segments now, ladies and gentlemen, we got guys. And when I say guys, we got the guys. We got some of the best handicappers in the business, low key. You know what I'm saying? When you got an old white guy in Boston sending your numbers to your phone, I think you should pay that attention. When you got a guy in his basement doing backgrounds and sending you numbers, also in the digital age, you got to pay him attention, man. So one time for my partner, Tan Man in the building. Tanner, what's going on?
What's up, baby?
Welcome.
Yeah, Jay out here throwing fire already early in the show. God dang, man.
Man,
Love it. Love every minute of it, man.
Tan Man, what? First of all, ladies and gentlemen, you never know who's going to be your family members until you actually meet them. Sometimes Tanner has been a family member of the Rec Room Sports Podcast way early in its inception, helping us behind the scenes, and also invited us on several occasions to join him on the Let's Talk Sports shows. So once again, top of ball for Tanner right here. That's how we do it now. Tan Man, you got some NFL bets you want to tell us about to look forward to this week?
You know, real quick here, shout out to you, Whit, and Jay, and Trevor as well out here in the background. Like, Trevor and I had some great conversations today on some stuff, so phenomenal. Jet Screw, glad to meet you. Finally meet you in the play here, guys. We have some great lock-in bets for you, by the way. Okay, this is exactly what we're doing today. So, NFL-wise, this weekend here, Thursday night through Sunday, Scott and I, we came up with some great bets for you. So first off, we're gonna kick it off here. We're gonna do Green Bay 3.5. Right now, it's Green Bay 3.5 against Detroit. Detroit hasn't covered jack in the aspect of a division game, but also Detroit hasn't played anybody worthy since then. So we're going Green Bay plus 3.5. Top of that, guys, we got Atlanta, Minnesota over 45.5. That's right. Kirk Cousins return into the Minnesota Vikings arena. And I look for that to be a high scoring game. I don't care about that 4 interception game they did against the Chargers. That's what's going to happen this week here. We had Dallas, Cincy over 49.5. That is between Scott and myself. I love that here bet as well. We know Joe Burrow is going to be passing it up. They got to try to win a game somehow with that defense. We got Dolphins -6 for Scott Cobb out here. I actually like that bet a lot. It's in warm Miami. It ain't in the cold. We're loving it, dude. We're loving it right here. And we got a couple player props for you on Thursday here. We got Monty over 59.5 rushing yards and Goff over 343.5 passing yards. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to lock it in, and that's exactly where we're going at, guys. So that's your NFL bets for the day. We'll catch you here in a little bit.
Man, Tanner, what we are on fire right now. This is how you do a segment, Tanner.
Hey, that's how we do it, man. We got the glasses, we got the champs right here, baby. This is exactly how we roll. So
this is what we do right here on Red Room. Tan Man, we will be back with you shortly. Stay put. We'll be back. All right. Oh man, wow. We are on fire right now here at RecRoomSports. I don't know if y'all understand, ladies and gentlemen. You need to like, share, subscribe, because I don't think y'all thought we was going to be giving y'all some bets too. Because I know how you like prize picks. I know how you ain't give your baby mama no money, but you put 50 on the Bucks last week. Okay, that's what we know you did, and it's all right. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Since we're not gonna get into that right now because if you gamble wisely. And here at Rec Room Sports, we will try to lead you in the right direction. Do not take any of our bets, although locks to the town, unless that's how you get down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great show so far. We're getting right to the top of that first hour. This is the Rec Room Sports Show. That is Jada MIC. This is Jets Girl for Life, and I am your boy K Whit. It's crazy how we got to do things. We're gonna keep it rolling. So it looks like Jay. We got something coming up next. I think this is up your wheelhouse, isn't it? All right. Well, we got December Madness, of course. You know how we do. Fantasy gamblers are also going to be back in the building. So somehow, some way, we are going to talk a little NCAA. This is what's been going on magically, of course, behind the scenes. The NFL season has been underway, and this is one of those seasons where somehow, some way, we have gotten to the point where the NCAA has put, or rather implemented, in the 12-team playoff system into our midst. And man, let me tell you something. This is one of those where we gotta pay attention to. A lot of changes have been happening. A lot of implementation into divisions. Who's going where? SEC's changing. ACC's been different, and then of course the NIL money. Jay, tell what the NIL money really. Somehow, some way.
I'm taking the Nick Saban approach on this, man. It's screwing up our game. How about that?
Hey,
but I can definitely get you a Corvette. You know what I'm saying, or a nice Charger or a Challenger.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Listen, so
I got a delay.
It's just a little bit, but I mean, even though it's a little delay, we still got you. So of course, Miss Jets Girl, you being the Gamecock fan, we say, oh, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, what? You switched up the outfit mid-show? You done put on.
We had to do a little wardrobe change real quick. Had to do wardrobe change.
Mid-show wardrobe change. I like it, man. Man, quit.
Hey, I need a wardrobe change. I'm gonna start doing something. Shoot, man. Yeah.
So
wait, you gotta look at my jersey because my jersey. So I did this one for homecoming. Mm-hmm. It's completely blinged out.
Oh,
it's completely blinged out. Yeah. This one was special for homecoming. We won homecoming too. Yeah.
Wow. Yo, shout out to the USC Gamecocks. Of course, won a spirited game against the rival Clemson Tigers over the weekend. Rivalry weekend was crazy. Miss Avril, your recollection of the Clemson Gamecock game. Go ahead and tell us what you thought, man.
Lenore Sellers is that dude. If radar, he needs to be. Lenore Sellers is that dude, and he's a rookie. He's a rookie. That means we got at least 3 more seasons. Our O-line got to work on some stuff. We had some unfortunate calls, but he showed up when he needed to show up. And the only thing I can say is it's up from here. It's up from here with him. Shane Beamer.
Man, listen. So we all know, we've heard the Lord as sport fans about Beamer ball all this time before it got to South Carolina. Now we're seeing somewhat of that same type of coaching style implemented here, and it's coming to fruition. Jay and I have been talking. We watch college sports just about every weekend. And right now, all the programs are changing, especially depending on coaching. Jay's got a team in the SEC. I mean, excuse me, the ACC that I think has also been making huge waves. No pun intended, being that they're in Miami. But
They didn't play nobody. How you rank that high? You didn't play nobody.
Jay,
You
come on,
didn't play nobody.
come on now.
Who did you play? Who did you play? And you lost to Syracuse. Come on, man. You should not be ranked that high. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh man,
Anybody who knows me, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna be gracious and I'm just gonna be hospitable here. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Should you be
I
ranked?
have no
Yes, you
arguments.
should be ranked. You should be ranked because of your record. But should you be ranked as high as you are? Strength of your schedule? No, absolutely not. No.
strength and schedule. It's one of those things, man.
Mm,
It's one of those things. We can look at it in a with a side eye, but man, this is interesting. I'm actually going to take a minute. And big shouts out to one of our fellow correspondents. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, being that he is a fan of a team who just so happens to be in the state above Texas, we have to bring in one of our favorite correspondents, a guy that I've grown to know and love. 2004, 2003, and maybe 23, most improved correspondent of the year. We got Alan Pearland, ladies and gentlemen. Alan, what's going on with you, brother?
You just had to say Texas, didn't you? You really had to go there. You really had to go there.
Oh man, Alan, man. Thanks for
Also to Champ's point, I've been saying that for
man.
3 years now.
Not the Cowboys.
I've been saying that for 3 years. Had they not won that Super Bowl in '95, we wouldn't be in this spot right now.
Well, hey,
and
Alan,
I blame Neil O'Donnell.
Hey, look, Alan, we know you. Once you get started, we gotta set you off in the right direction. So, NCAA right now, college football landscape. What are we looking at? Because earlier today in the group chat, you put in something I thought was interesting. You put in the latest poll for the top 25, and if I can, I'm going to share said rankings as well. I think April's back in. Hey, April, go ahead, and I'm going to share it as well. So let's take a look at the top 25 for NCAA at this point. I got and I think I got it right here. Oh, it might be a little blurry, but we get it. So if we look right here, Oregon, is this correct? Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon #1. Yep.
Ohio State? Still Ohio State? SMU. This is a surprise. I think we're starting to get to surprising teams once we get past this. When we start talking about Tennessee, SMU, Indiana, Boise, Alabama with 3 losses, and then we got Jay's W with 2 losses starting at the top 12. Everybody knows right now what's going on is with the new ruling on the college football playoff. The top 12 teams will be incepted automatically, but the top 4 winning teams from the top winning conferences will get automatic buys. So somehow, some way, we still have to play these conference championship games, which will be coming up, in order to see what type of seedings we will be getting going into the college football playoff. And this is the first year, ladies and gentlemen, that we're doing a 12-team playoff. We had 4. What they do, Jay? Complain.
And I'm gonna add that it's crazy because way back when it's crazy. We can always go back to this. I'll be able to always go back to this at least. My very first post when I said, "Hey, I want to start a podcast," my very first post was in 2019 was What do y'all think about a 12 to 16 team tournament or playoff? Everybody, when it came to like maybe fans of teams that I guess are programs who weren't really in it, they weren't really feeling it. But if anything, I felt like the teams who weren't in it should have been really wanting this because I'm a Miami fan. I'm gonna be honest. We haven't had a chance in a very long time. Maybe we'll start this season off hot. You know what I mean? And we pretty much fizzle out. But we had a chance. We pretty much had to create our own destiny, and we failed, but we had a chance. I think anybody pretty much has a chance right now. And I think the 12-team playoff, and then my main thing was also when I said, back then, hey, we need a 12-team playoff. We need to start from there. We need to go ahead and kill the conference championships. That was also what I put in there. Anybody who follows us on Facebook, hey, you can check stats. You can go back to my very first post, and it was very long, very detailed about how we should take the conference championships out. Why? You see it. Gonna have coaches out here not being very genuine and how they're approaching the game. And I'm surprised I haven't seen some prospects take themselves out of conference championships. I mean, we still got some time. So, let's work out the kinks and see what happens. But I love it. I love the idea of being able to go to a college stadium for a playoff home game. That just sounds awesome. So I'm with it.
Yeah. Hey man, you hit the nail on the head with that one. You know, straight up and down. But that's how we're doing it right now. As we looking at the college landscape, 1 through 12, and then like to be real with you, we look a little further down. Of course, there's still some room for some parity and a little bit of room for things to change. Alan and Avril, as some of our favorite correspondents, just focusing on the top 12. What is one of the most surprising standout teams that we can see here, regardless of schedule? Which just one?
I'll go with the non-obvious one. I'll say Oregon being undefeated.
I was gonna say Oregon too.
I did not see Oregon go 12-0 this year. I figured, they're in a new conference. The Big 12 is always, the Big 10 is always very, very rough to get through. Ohio State's always a tough out. But hats off to Oregon, man. They've been playing great this year. So, and if you think about it, you're one field goal away from having an unbeaten Boise State as well for beating Oregon. So that's another big surprise.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
Alan, you really respect the Big Ten, don't you?
I did not expect Oregon to be the top team this year. I really didn't.
Sure, I did. You can take any team, top 2 teams from out of any conference, and they will go into the Big Ten and win it.
Here's the thing. I also didn't expect Georgia and Alabama to play as badly as they have this year. So,
wow. We got hey Alan, don't say Georgia too many times. We got people in the comment section who will start attacking.
You talk about blitz all night. That's what we did to Alabama 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
the Big Ten. Ooh, yeah. The Big Ten is a 3-team race every year. Every year. A 3-team race.
You're gonna get 4 teams automatically in the Big Ten. Let's just say what it is. You're gonna get 4 teams automatically.
Well, now you got 4.
It's interesting to see that it's not
Avery, we got a little bit of technical difficulty with your microphone. We don't worry. We'll get it straight. We'll get your comment back in here.
If you look at it, Indiana's going to get in base right now because they're in the top 10. I don't think they're sliding out. Ohio State's still going to be in, even though they lost a bad game to Michigan. That was probably Ryan Day is probably going to get fired. Let's be honest. Unless he wins a national title, Ryan Day is going to get fired. And then even whoever loses the Big Ten title game, whether it's Penn State or Oregon, I think both of those teams get in anyway. So neither of those 4 teams are out. You could make a case of kicking Georgia out if they lose to Texas, but I think it's going to be very hard to do so. The only scenario, obviously, you look at where it is now, the only scenario where I think it stays the same the way it is if SMU beats Clemson. If SMU beats Clemson, then this is what you're getting in the playoff. Plus, you're getting Arizona State or Iowa State, whoever wins the Big 12.
Now, guys, I want to jump in real quick. Just with a quick observation. You know what I'm saying? Quick observation. As I see here, right? If we go further down, there's a team that is one of the most critically acclaimed teams from the last 2 seasons, down here at 23, possibly having the Heisman front runner and the Dunk Award winner, which goes to the best quarterback on the same team. Right now, when we talk about Colorado okay, Coach Prime, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, one of the most exciting programs in football. 9-3 was this a surprise? And this goes for you too, April. Was this a surprise, or should we have expected this due to what we saw from them last season? Because I honestly thought this. I honestly think 9-3 is pretty good, and the season's not over.
I say we should have expected it. If you weren't expecting it and you thought that it was going to be worse than what it is, I'm actually mad that they're 9-3. I'm mad that they don't have a higher win record this season. Looking at who Deion Sanders is, I expected them to come out and have a really good season this year.
Yeah, I 100% agree. After seeing what they did to Oklahoma State last week, that is the team we thought we were going to get all year this year from Colorado, was that dominant of a team. And, you kind of pointed it out. They let a couple of those games slip away. And it was very uncharacteristic for Colorado to do that. Kansas was a big hit. Kansas was a big hit to them. Because if they win that game, they're in the Big 12 title game right now. But them dropping that game really, they should be higher than 9-3 with the way that they've played. They should be higher than 9-3. But, that's why we play the games. That's why we play the games.
Definitely, that is why we play the games. And last but not least, I think Jay and I were talking about this before the show on and off, and I'm sure that Avril has thought about this as well. And Alan, so you jump in with the SEC adding these teams. Alan, you know which team I'm talking about, and of course I got to talk about the Longhorns. And then somehow, some way, we got to see that Georgia Longhorns showdown coming up very shortly. Big shouts out to one of our favorite friends of the show, Freeport Donnie. What's up, Donnie? We know what's up. Yeah, I know you're gonna say go Dogs. With the SEC adding powerhouse teams to their conference, has the SEC stapled their name atop the rankings of the college football right now, or is there still a conference somewhere that is in some ways competition? Because obviously Jay doesn't believe it's the Big 10 or 12 or whichever, how many of you want to put in there. So it once again, SEC over everything. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I say SEC over everything. And as much as I love Penn State and I love the Big 10, nobody's touching the SEC. Nobody. It's not even close, and it's not even fair. And even with Alabama and Georgia not doing good, SEC still runs NCAA football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the reason why the SEC kind of struggles is because they're playing each other, basically. You have the top tier teams playing each other. Well, unless you're Texas, but whatever. Even so, Texas has struggled in certain games against teams like Vandy, like Texas A&M this past weekend. I like Georgia in the title game because Texas hasn't proven that they can beat a top tier team like Georgia yet. So, of course, they're going to get a rude awakening when they get that type of schedule. I know we sure as hell did this year, but yeah, it's a no-brainer. The SEC is more competitive. That's the thing. While the Big Ten is top heavy, you have top teams in there, the SEC is always hands down more competitive because any team pretty much can beat any team, as evidence of what we've seen the last couple weeks.
Wow. Okay. Man, listen, guys, it's been crazy. It's been great. Alan, man, you go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you got.
I was going to say, I want to give praise to South Carolina because who would have thought that team would have come out of nowhere this year? A lot of what I saw was that South Carolina is going to be a middle of the pack team. They're either going to be a middle of the pack team or a bottom half of the SEC this year. Kudos to them. 9-3 is an impressive record right now. So hats off to South Carolina.
Man, Alan,
he just beat Steve Spurrier's record too. So now
y'all should have beat LSU. Y'all should have beat LSU.
Wow.
I was there.
Alan, man,
beat LSU.
I love how you pander to our new correspondents. You'll never talk about my Steelers that way, and we've been friends for a long time.
See, I say this, and I'm gonna get grilled tomorrow night by Jonathan. So,
oh man, hey, but look, Alan, we appreciate you. I think we got some more to talk about with you shortly, but we are going to run it and go ahead and get you in. And Alan, real quick, tell us where we can find you at and what shows you're doing with LTS.
As you can see, 8 Paralysis 30 is my Twitter handle there. I just got done doing a wrestling show with Sam on the mat.
Shout out to my guy, Sam.
Sam's great. Love doing a show with him. We got our baseball show tomorrow night. We're going to be talking some Major League Baseball and a bunch of other stuff. I'm also going to be on with Tanner and Scott on the new show we're going to do in RecRoom. So be with them doing that too. So.
Hey man, look, we appreciate you.
Also, Boomer Sooner.
There you go. I knew you was gonna throw it in there. And as always, brother, we appreciate you. We'll bring you back in a minute because I think we got some more up your alley. All right, man. Shows rolling, topics real fire. So that means we got to go back to our guy 10 man. I think he got some more bets for us for the NCAA weekend coming up. 10 man, what it do?
Ooh, baby, it's title week here. As we go into play here, look, it's going to be a phenomenal weekend here. Like, we actually got meaningful title games that I normally would not bet at all. So, phenomenal time here. Let's get into it here. We got 4 bets for you guys this weekend here. 1 unit on UNLV +4. Okay, look, hey, Boise State beat UNLV plus on a -5. Okay, -5. They beat only by 5 points. Look at UNLV to give Boise State a tougher run here. Yes, I know they're on the blue turf. Okay, it's fine. Look at UNLV to give them a hard time here, especially with a CFP spot in mind to ruin it for Boise State here. Next up here, Arizona State, guys. -2.5 versus Iowa State. Iowa State has never won 10 games in the season. They finally did it for the first time ever. Now they're in Jerry World, and quite frankly to me, Arizona State's the better team, period. Like, Arizona State should whoop these guys. Iowa State has not been playing well. My favorite, personally to me, 2 units that you go and play here for this college football title game is SMU -2.5. SMU is a different team. They don't need all the different NIL deals and all that stuff here. Like, what Clemson wants to do is what SMU is doing here. So give me SMU here with the 2 units here. And finally, Scott Cobat here has the Army +6.
Ooh.
I don't mind Army +6. Guess what? Tulane. We saw them against Memphis. Memphis was a big struggle against them, right? They couldn't. All they needed to do was win. and they couldn't do it here. 1 unit on Army +6, and quite frankly, me, I think Army wins that game. So that's what we got here for NCAA football title weekend, as we're going to play. Just go ahead and lock that in, baby. That's what we got today.
Yo, Tanner, how you get sound effects over here, Tanner?
Hey, don't worry about what I do. Worry about what you guys got going on, because this side, we're locked in, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, once again, Tanner, fantasy bettors, it's fantasy gamblers. We will have more with you in the show. Tanner, stick around.
We're coming in hard here. We got December 14th debut. December 14th debut on the Rec Room Sports podcast here. Don't you guys worry here. I'll be back later in the show. Whit, take me out, baby. I'll catch you guys here in a minute.
I didn't even know that. We got a fantasy gambling show. These boys working behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. RecRoomSports is back with a vengeance. I don't know if y'all know, but y'all need to like, share, and subscribe, please, to the Rec Room. Eric, because right now, you never know what we're going to have. We got fantasy gamblers. We got Rec Room. A basketball show? We'll talk about that a little later. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, when we are having a ball, we are way past that first hour. Please like, share, and subscribe right now to the Rec Room Sports podcast. I'm your boy K Whit, Just Jay, the MIC, and this is Avril, Jets Girl for Life. We do appreciate you all for hanging with us thus far. But I think we're gonna take it to the diamond. Oh, snap. Coming up next, man. Listen here. We might as well go ahead and do it, man. We're doing a little bit of everything today. So we might as well hit that bullpen talk with the homies from Rec Room Sports. I'll let y'all take this one over.
All right, so baseball season is not in full swing yet. We're in free agency, though. Winter meetings are coming up next week. I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait. So let's talk Juan Soto. He's the biggest thing out there. He's going to sign. There's not going to be any real big signings until he signs. So where do you think he's going? How much do you think he's going for?
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. They're already talking.
I know what the number is. I checked it before we started. I know what the number is up to now.
It's like 600 million, isn't it? Something like that.
They're at 600 million.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that has a bid in right now is at 600 million.
Just because I want him to be happy, I'm going to say the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to say the Red Sox fleeced the Mets. I'm sorry.
Y'all never going to spend that kind of money. If y'all were going to spend that kind of money.
I'm not even a Red Sox. I'm not even a Red Sox fan.
If they were going to spend that kind of money, they would have spent it on Mookie Betts. They let him go. He went to the Dodgers. He done won 2 rings with the Dodgers. The Red Sox are not going to spend that kind of money.
I think that's why they would spend that kind of money, because they learned their lesson from Mookie Betts.
No.
That's the only reason. Those are the 2 teams that I think are in play right now. The Mets and the Red Sox. Those are the only 2 teams. I don't think the Yankees will.
They are. They're very much in it. Look, Hal knows we are on him. If he does not get this done, Hal is in hot water, and Hal does not want to be in hot water with New York fans. He's already in hot water because of what happened at the World Series. His number one concern is to sign Juan Soto. Now, I think
y'all need a new GM, by the way. I don't like
we've been needing Cashman to go.
Cashman needs to go.
That's a whole different conversation. But
you got to get Aaron Judge to perform in the postseason too. For some reason, he just freezes. I don't know what's going on with him in the postseason. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, my Braves are out of it, man. We're losing everybody. Everybody wants to go everywhere else.
Liberty Media sucks.
I was gonna say, Jay, if he goes to Boston, you'll get Juan Soto in a couple years anyway from a trade from Boston. So, because Boston always sends their players to Atlanta.
Chris Sale.
Chris Sale,
Right.
yeah, Chris Sale.
And then he just won a Cy Young. He
Just won a Cy Young, yeah.
We
Triple
got
crown
lucky.
pitcher, triple crown pitcher.
We got lucky.
Now, I'm glad he won a Cy Young. I'm glad he didn't win it as a Red Sox because I'm a Yankees fan. But I think he really, really deserved to win a Cy Young, and I'm glad he won it. I'm really glad he won. He needed that. What I'm actually scared of is I'm scared that he might go to the Dodgers. I'm scared Soto might go to the Dodgers. I think they're the closest team. I don't think the Mets have a whole team, and that's one of the other things. It's not just about money. Yes, it's about money with him, but who has the best chance of winning? Pete Alonso, they have 5 free agents right now, the Mets, and Pete Alonso being the biggest one, and now he's rumored to not go back there if they don't get Juan Soto. So I don't think they're going to sign both. They're going to sign one or the other.
I was going to say, if it helps you feel...
They don't need to worry about Juan Soto. They need to worry about Pete Alonso.
Yeah. I was going to say, if it helps you feel better, I've heard from different sources that Juan Soto does like the Northeast better than the West Coast. He did not have a good experience in San Diego.
He did it.
He loves the Atlantic Coast a lot better. He loved playing in Washington. You know, he's one of the few people that can handle the New York media well. You know,
I personally don't think he's going to the Mets. Do I think the Mets are going to try to get him? Yes. Do I think that he will sign with them? No, because of what he's looking for. It's not just about money. Who actually has the potential to win? And I haven't seen the Mets make any moves so far that shows that they're going to win. Do I think they'll make it back to the ALDS or ALCS or the NLDS and NLCS next year? Yes, but
the only reason I say no to that is because the Braves are going to be healthy. Atlanta's going to be healthy.
If the Braves are healthy, then the Mets definitely aren't. So I don't think he's going to the Mets. I really don't think he's going to the Mets.
No.
I just don't see him going to the Mets. I think the Mets are going to offer him an ungodly amount of money. But when it comes down to it, they're not a complete team.
Mm-mm.
And that
they didn't expect to be as good as they were this year.
That is true.
They didn't expect to be as good as they were this year. So that's probably why they're kind of over. Remember what happened last time? They tried to sign 2 40-year-old pitchers. That didn't work out.
Yeah. So, but I think we have the best shot. I don't know if we'll get him or not, but I think we have the best shot.
It's like as long as he doesn't go to Boston, right?
As long as he doesn't go to Boston or Toronto. He can't go to Toronto either. Can't go to Toronto.
I don't think Toronto's gonna. Toronto's getting rid of Vlad. I think Toronto's gonna trade Vlad off. I think so.
I would like to see him.
They can't
I
really
don't
get rid of Vlad.
ever be a Yankee, but I would like to see him in pinstripes. I don't think he would ever be a Yankee, but I would like to see him in pinstripes.
I'll take him in Arlington. I'll be fine with that. Get us back to another World Series, Vlad. I don't care. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come to Texas.
So with winter meetings right around the corner, they're a week away. They are now talking about this golden bat. Have you heard of it? I know they do it in banana ball. Have you ever seen the Savannah Bananas play?
Oh yeah. I've seen.
Okay.
I've seen it.
So
a couple times.
they have the golden bat rule that they introduced a couple years ago, and now a lot of the owners are saying, "Hey, well, what if?" So, what do you think about the golden bat rule?
I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean, they're trying to do anything they can to kind of get eyes on the game, right? So, you know, Rob Manfred's going to throw everything at the wall before he ends up stepping down. So,
I say as long as they do it 7th inning or later, I like the rule. I actually would get rid of pitch clock and put in golden bat as long as it's 7th inning or later.
No. Well, let's just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
A lot of these changes, a lot of people were sour on the pitch clock at first. It's been okay. It hasn't been great, but it's been okay. But
I think the pitch clock is the reason why we have so many pitcher injuries.
mm-hmm. And then you have some of the young cats that are coming up from the minor leagues that are used to it, that are excelling. See Paul Skeens here, and a couple others. So the younger pitchers are going to probably be more used to it, and that's probably why Ohtani got hurt too. So
it is. I've noticed. I've been watching. They're rushing pitchers. It's just I understand you want to cut the time down, but you got to find a different way to cut the length of the game down. You can't put it on the pitcher. You're destroying their arms.
You're destroying their arms, and you're taking away the presence that is the baseball game itself. It's just becoming fast pitch, is what it is. It's not even baseball anymore.
No, it's not. Now, this is gonna sound bad. So when I watch baseball every day, from the first day of spring training to Game 7 of the World Series, I do not miss a day of baseball. Even when the Yankees aren't playing, I still watch. So with that being said, I normally get to like the third inning. I take a nap. I wake up. It's the seventh inning. I still have 2 more innings to watch. With pitch clock, the game is over. I do not like pitch clock. I want it gone. If I could trade out another rule, I would.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it either. Again, I think it kind of destroys some of these pitchers' arms, especially older pitchers, that are not used to it. So,
yeah.
I mean, players like it, but that's mostly hitters. Some of the, like I said, some of the younger arms are good against it, can do it well. I get they want to shorten the game out, but making the pitch clock a thing, making it to where you can only throw at first base 3 times. It kind of takes away from the luster of baseball itself, honestly.
Yeah, and there are points in the game that you have to slow the game down, and that's what those breaks are for. But now with pitch clock, you can't do it. So then the manager has to come out. You have to call, something has to happen for you to be able to slow that game down. And it
would be easier for pitchers because it would allow starters to go longer. I think starters could go longer if they're given more time to rest their arms and whatnot.
And that's been a big issue is the bullpen is they're using okay, so look at what happened. And I know they won the World Series, but look at what happened with the Dodgers. They get in there, so instead of having 4 or 5 starting pitchers, you got 3. So you have to throw a bullpen game, but then because of pitch clock, you're going. So at this point, you have pitchers going 1, maybe 2 innings, and you still have to go 9 full innings. So you may have very well because of.
And this is also an analytics thing too, because you've got coaches that are based on the analytics. They're all analytical all the time, but then you have guys like a Dave Roberts, who's a baseball guy, guys like an Aaron Boone, who's a baseball guy. Bruce Bochy for my Rangers is a baseball guy. They usually let their pitchers go. Although I don't know what Aaron Boone was doing in that World Series with y'all's bullpen, for the love of God. It was not great. But you got these guys who are baseball guys who know how to do this simulated thing, and they've even been able to do it around the pitch clock too. So it's availability with the health of some of these guys. We didn't get Jacob deGrom back until almost September.
Yeah.
So it's the injuries these guys are having. It's the injuries of the bullpens. I know our bullpen wasn't great 2 years ago when we won a World Series, but yeah. I mean, it's mostly the analytics more so than the pitch clock, but I'm not a fan of the pitch clock either. So
no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Joe Madden got fired because, that's the thing. The Angels are a terrible organization anyway. If it wasn't for the Angels, or if it wasn't for the A's being the organization that they are, the Angels would probably be the worst organization in all of baseball. Even worse than the White Sox. Even worse than the White Sox. Like, how do you spend your entire draft on 24 pitchers and none of them pan out?
Yeah, no.
How do you sign some of the worst contracts in Major League Baseball history? Albert Pujols, Mark Teixeira, Josh Hamilton, and you're wasting Mike Trout's talent in LA.
His whole career is over, and he's never going to win. His whole career is over, and he can't stay healthy at this point.
I feel sorry for Mike Trout.
And he has no support. He has no support. He has no help. It's just him. Ohtani left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ohtani left, signed that deal with the Dodgers, and he won a World Series.
Yeah.
Oh, ding, ding, ding. Y'all said the magic word. I forgot, ladies and gentlemen. We were supposed to ask our brand new correspondent, Avril, a.k.a. Jess Girl on IG, one simple question. And I just now thought of it. Avril, what were your thoughts on the World Series? Everybody back up!
We doing this again? Okay. All right. So.
Oh my God.
What? So, game 1, it was ours. And then he brought in Nestor Cortez. Have been pitching when he hadn't pitched in 20, almost 30 days. No. That should have never happened. That lost us the game. He should have put somebody else in there, Tim Hill, somebody, just not necessary. Game 2, we gave up. Just being honest, we gave up. That homer at the end, wind out of our sails, and we gave up. Game 3, we gave up. Game 4, we came back. We tried. That was one of the better games. Volpe did something that no other Yankee had ever done. He made history, and then our catcher, he started hitting again. Austin Wells, Aaron Judge hit, Soto hit. Like, it was a great game. And then game 5, we couldn't keep the momentum going. I love Boone. I love Booney. I love him to death. He is one of my favorite coaches outside of Torrey. He did not manage the bullpen for the World Series at all. Like, he made a lot of calls that he shouldn't have made. He should have never taken out Cole in game 1. He let him go in game 4, but he should have never took him out in game 1. Not as early as he did. It's just, he mismanaged that game. I'm glad he didn't get fired, but if that ever happens again, you're gone. Like, that was one and done. That can never happen again. So whoever the team is that we get for this upcoming season, work out your rotations, work out your bullpen before you get to the World Series. Because when you get to the World Series, you can't just throw someone in there that hasn't pitched. Or if you have a pitcher that's hot. Tim Hill was hot, and he didn't put him in. He got to manage the bullpen better. He has to.
Having buyer's remorse for Carlos Rodon there.
No. So, game 2, he pitched better than I've seen him pitch in a very long time. He made me believe. He really made me believe. I don't have buyer's remorse with him. I did last season. This season, I didn't. He pitched okay. Starting off, they all pitched really good together. We had one of the best bullpens for the first 2 months of the season. And then he kind of got injured and it slowed down. He wasn't as hot as he was, but then he showed up in the postseason. And so, no, I don't have buyer's remorse on him at all. No.
Wow. Man. Once again, another.
Wait, I got one thing.
Somehow I knew you wasn't done. Somehow.
No, I'm not done. So, Juan Soto, if you are hearing this, sir, please, 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 please. I have to admit, I was not your biggest fan. I didn't want you to come to Yankees, and now that you have been
what she said, if you didn't hear her right now, she said, "Hey, sign with the Royals, baby. That's where we're at, baby."
Where else can you get the good mofongo? Where can you get the good you know what I'm saying? Where can we get the good food at?
All the Yankees fans,
Tanner, the Royals can barely afford Bobby Witt. They're not gonna bring in Juan Soto. I'm sorry.
Where can we get the good pizza?
All the Yankees fans have collectively said we are willing to go up on the price of the chicken tenders and the buckets. We're willing for them to go up. Please just sign him. Whatever. Look, we got an extra, 15, 25 million from Tampa from using our stadium? Yeah, that's 15 million. Yeah, come on. That's
wow.
Come on.
I was just saying the Yankees are the only thing New York has right now.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I
think Jets and Giants suck. Hockey's about The Knicks are okay.
The Liberty just won.
Liberty just won.
Liberty just
really,
won.
other than that, all you have is the Yankees.
Liberty is the best thing in New York right now. Liberty is the best thing in New York. The next best championship. Shout out to the Liberty. Shout out to Stewie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Breonna Stewart. You know, definitely Sabrina Ionescu, one of Jay's favorite players of the WNBA. Shout out to the New York. Man, what a spirited debate for the bullpen. I'm excited.
Said, so what? They got a championship, but that's all they got.
Oh man. Thank you for being so fun, Alan.
Hey, you got one. You got one. That's great. Ladies
and gentlemen, we love it when Alan is himself. We can't ask him to be anything, but I mean, look, bullpen talk.
Give him a break.
Yeah, bullpen talk is
doing well. They're doing well.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Oh man, I'm excited because Alan, once again, we appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. And anytime the rec room is open, you are more than welcome. You know that, bro.
Just remember, never say those three little words. Jay, you know what words those are. We want Dallas.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say get some rest.
Never say those three words. Am I right, Jay?
Alan.
See those three words?
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Yep. I was somewhere in there thinking that was what we were talking about.
But other than that, guys, thank you for having me on. This is awesome. It was nice meeting you, by the way. I don't know if I said that. It was nice meeting you. Thank you for having me on, man. I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Hey, man, we got you slated in the rec room. It's like if we got a house, Alan, you got a key and you know the code. Just make sure you put my beer in the refrigerator when you finish, man. All right, Alan. Appreciate you, bro. Man. When we run the bases, we run the bases here at the rec room. So shout out to everybody who is chiming in for the bullpen talk. I love the comments rolling in left and right. Somehow it's going crazy. I really feel like we got some hot fire going on now, and I can't wait to see what we got going on. So come next. Oh man. Whoa. Jay, is it that time already?
Hey man. Yeah, it is.
I might as well do it. So it's time to talk a little hoops, baby. Yes. Oh man. Woo, man. This is one of the ones I like because you know how we do it. It's actually the crew from In the Hoop +1. So we also have Avril in the building, and we also are waiting on one of our favorite guests. When he pops into the green room, we will also chime in with him. So
That's why I was wondering why you get rid of Allen. Like Allen, I want
oh,
him
you
to go
want
to sleep though. He
Al,
nah
Al,
nah 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 he nah he yeah he did it.
yeah.
Yeah yeah
Alan did
yeah.
Alan came and did what he was supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know, but Alan Paralysis is actually one of our favorite guests to have on the show. Always has been. And definitely we appreciate him for coming in and doing his thing. Now,
He ain't had to say that. He ain't
nah,
had to say that
he didn't
though.
have to take it there. He did not
He ain't
have to
had to
take
say
it.
that though.
But
And he's supposed to be with us on this In the Hoop,
you're right.
but he ain't had to say that.
He jumped out. He jumped out. Man, but let's see. Somehow, some way, we do the In the Hoop show on Fridays at 10 p.m. Jay, myself, and another gentleman we know by the name of Audible Bobby G. And from time to time, man, we come into a couple conundrums. Whereas right now, we looking at the season, and in our minds, Jay, myself, maybe even April, we have been accustomed to the NBA season ramping up around Christmas. Right, Jay? You know, Christmas game,
Hmm.
you know,
All Star break.
yeah, All-Star break, we expect we getting closer to the playoffs, and whatnot. So right now, with this being the second year of the excuse me, I'm sorry, the I think it's Riyadh, isn't it? Riyadh Seasons sponsoring the in-season tournament right now. We will double check on that just to make sure, because last year it was Kia. I think it's Riyadh Season now. So once again, we are getting a chance to see what's going on as we speak with the in-season tournament, and it's magical. It's something different. We're getting looks at we got some funky courts. You know what I'm saying? Somehow. Oh yeah. See, this year it's the Emirates. I don't know if you know, but anything that involves Saudi Arabia, Emirates, oil barons, and sheiks is actually pretty good. Shout out to my guy Nick Botkins and Bobby Blunts, who we will be talking about some good fights this weekend, being sponsored by Riyadh Season. But man, so when we think about what's been going on this season, bro, and the parity we've been experiencing, Tuesday nights, Friday nights have been prime time nights to watch some basketball. So we're actually missing some good games right now. When we think about the in-season tournament, year two, after the Lakers have won year one, is there anything that jumps out to surprise you, Jay or April, about what we've seen thus far from the NBA season?
Um, I mean, you have to look at it like this. Excuse me. As far as the NBA season, you know, it's again. I keep going back to health, but some of these guys are pretty much pushing themselves to the limit. Where it's like by All-Star break, we were looking at, in a little exaggeration, but like half of the league, what I'm saying, is pretty much done. And it kind of sucks to see, like, the Embiid thing. It's always been a thing, but I would say now it's kind of got to us, to us, I guess, highest point as far as the controversy. Um, I don't think, like, when it comes to certain players, man, they're not managing their health correctly. Or they're thinking about you know, individual stats, MVP, and like I said, I'm still going to the same person, which sucks, which is Embiid. But they put too much into him winning the MVP, and and I can pull out a lot of examples. I hate to see Ja Morant really go to the basket. I hate it. Why? Because you know we all know what's gonna, what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put it out there and put bad word on somebody's game, like something happening to him, but that's a very physical, aggressive style of play. I know you remember Steve Francis, How long did he
Wow.
last? Every other point guard that pretty much didn't have like the AI, everybody ain't AI. And even AI met his, demise, like Father Time. By the time he got to Denver, it was like, all I could give you was a good pass here, a good shot here, you know. It's been a mess. It's a mess. But hopefully, like I said, injuries don't become a problem. Going into the season, man, I want to see great basketball, man. I don't want to see every team with a star player missing. I know it happens, but it's just getting to a point where it's like maybe, giving a player the Buckhead flu, it's not a
Wow.
bad idea.
Wow. Not the Buckhead flu, Jay.
Oh, Avril. Yeah. So yeah. I'm going to explain to you. There is something called the Buckhead flu in Atlanta. LeBron James. Man, wow. He's highly susceptible to the Buckhead flu.
Is he suffering from it now? Because is this your king?
Wow.
I'm not a big basketball fan, but have you seen his stats? Is this your king?
Wow.
So he's suffering from it now, right?
Not mine. He's
Wow.
Trevor's king.
Oh my God. Oh, Jay. Yeah. Trevor Sweat. That's the Trevor Sweat reference. T Sweat was good.
Yeah. Shout out to Trevor. Trevor, thank you. But
thank you,
he's his king. It's the Buckhead flu is basically, hey, coach, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Going to the strip club. Probably not gonna play tomorrow. Probably not even the day after that. I'm not playing. Matter of fact, Buckhead flu. Buckhead flu. Every player gets the Buckhead flu. Look it up. How many star players miss games in Atlanta? The Buckhead flu. You can just keep. It got to a point where Adam Silver had to step in, and now you hear the stories about players like coaches. Who was that? Pat Riley. In the middle of a huddle, and they said they were in Atlanta, and he looked around in the huddle. I don't know. I can't. Maybe it was Atlanta, but he looked around in the huddle and was talking, and he said, "Man, forget this." That's not what he said, but forget this. I'm gonna start giving out PILs or PWLs or the PULs, playing under the influence, because this like he smelled. He's like, the smell is disgusting. All you smell is alcohol, and hopefully that's it.
Hopefully,
but nah, I don't think that was it. But yeah, like that's the Buckhead flu. Buckhead flu. Hey, let's party. I'm not playing tomorrow. You are, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, as far as LeBron goes, I finally experienced the Buckhead flu.
Oh man! Wow. We're gonna put that. Thanks, Sweat. Hey man, once again, big shouts out to one of our many media producers, T Sweat in the building. T Sweat, also known as T Sweat, but you can call him T Sweat.
I don't know him. I don't know.
We don't know what this man is talking about.
Breaking fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the fun parts of the show. We have had a plethora of guests today. A lot of our brethren have come through. Somebody else that, once again, when we talk to them, when we get around them, when we get in the groove, we go.
He knows about the Buckhead flu.
We didn't know that we was family, but this man, having been a well-traveled man, knows very many things. And this is our friend Audible, Bobby T, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. Oh yes, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
You don't get these with the Buckhead flu, sir.
Hold up, wait. You said these?
You don't get these right here with the Buckhead flu.
You said these.
4-0. Thank you.
Woohoo.
4-0. That is all.
Wow. It's going down. So, man, ladies and gentlemen, this is our good friend and also brother. And we talked about it earlier. Sometimes you don't know who's family until you get to hang with him. And Bobby G is one of those people, man. He gets to hang with us each and every. He gets to hang with us each and every Friday on the In the Hoop podcast, where we talk basketball and more basketball. But we're gonna do a little something special today. We ain't gonna jump to it right now. Right now, Bobby G. Last week on In the Hoop, you got to tell us about one of your favorite subjects, man. Your Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Rec Room family, right? Let us know how the season's been going so far for your team up there in Cleveland.
I'm going to do that, but before I say anything, let me welcome Miss Avril. Hope I pronounced that right. Avril. Hey, salute, shout out. And let me follow that up by saying I'm very disappointed in her and Allen. Like what is all this conference? Y'all follow college sports. Y'all grown enough to know that strength of schedule is a myth. Conference strength is a myth. Like, come on, man. Y'all are hardcore college football fans. I'm well, ever since my team almost got the death sentence. Shout out to the U. But yeah, strength of schedule is a myth. Oh, it's a myth, man. Put me back on the screen with everybody. I gotta see faces. I don't like that. Come on, Avril. Really, you gonna say the SEC is the strongest conference when Texas ain't the SEC team and they winning? They winning?
Texas is one team in the SEC. The SEC
Really?
been running this. The SEC been running this. We
But
still gonna run
Texas,
this. We always gonna
pardon
run
me.
this.
Was Texas in the
Everything
SEC
gotta
last
go
year?
through the SEC.
Was Texas in the SEC last year?
Modifier.
Was Texas in the SEC last year? No.
Honestly, I
So
forgot
you
they
put
existed.
everybody uses this example. If you put a team in SEC, they get squat. Well, that team in SEC. Johnny Football came in there and dominated his first year. The first 4 years, Missouri was in the SEC. They was in the conference championship. Who's winning the Big Ten this year? Oregon first year. Conference strength is a myth. There are 3 to 4 teams in every conference across the country that all the rest of the sorry ass teams in the conference is taking credit for. Come on, you're a South Carolina fan. You didn't wake up at the beginning of the football season saying, wow, my Gamecocks really have a chance to win the national championship. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You'd be a liar if you said you did. Vanderbilt, ain't no Vanderbilt fan ever said, hey, we got a real shot at the Sugar Bowl. No, you don't. Just like Indiana does it and Illinois does, it's all conferences are equal. That's it. SEC ain't running nothing. All conferences are equal. There you go.
Wow.
Let's get to the main thing.
I was about to say,
Hold on. SEC not running nothing, right? Okay, Jay, you're a
We're just gonna
Miami
take this
fan.
off the top of the screen and let it just be.
Did you play a ranked team? I count off the top of my head and not going back and looking at our actual schedule. I can count we played 6 or 7.
So what?
Oh wait.
I'm a Hurricane fan. We ain't winning no national championship.
The only conference where half the games you play are against ranked opponents.
Because people like you and Allen want to put them on this pedestal when they're not. Ain't no Kentucky fan woke up at the beginning of the year like, wow, we really got a shot at this thing. No, you don't. There are the same, just like Jay said earlier, the same 3 or 4 teams in the Big Ten, the same 3 or 4 teams in the SEC. It's Alabama, it's Georgia, it's LSU, it's Florida. Everybody else can go to hell. Just like in the Big Ten, it's Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and one runoff. Usually it's either between Michigan State, Wisconsin, and everybody else can go to hell.
Damn, Slade.
All the conferences are equal.
You sure know how to piss on a man's parade.
I sure do. Now let's get to the main thing. Let's get to the main thing.
Man, yo, once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's try this over.
But notice I crap on my own team. Like I said, I'm a Hurricane fan, and I would wake up this year and say we was gonna win the national championship because we ain't.
Man,
we ain't.
Man, Bobby just hit the game over button on us.
You worry about your student trying to get to the game.
Oh man,
can y'all work out the transportation for y'all students to actually get to y'all game? Because I'm sorry, but one of my favorite things is going to a Carolina game, and if it took hours to go a mile or two to get to my stadium and not be able to get to a game.
I mean,
that's what y'all need to work on. Y'all need to worry about no national championship, none of that. Work on how
We
to
are
get your
prestigious.
students.
No. I got this, Jay. I got this, Jay.
Stadium.
Jay, I'll holler at you when they make 2 documentaries about your university.
Oh,
how about that? Don't forget, we built this dynasty stuff.
Y'all,
Everybody else just trying to be like
y'all the reason why y'all. No,
why do everybody got names on
what
their
have you
gloves?
done
Because of the
lately?
U? Because of the
What
U?
have you
real,
done lately?
Seriously,
But what have you done lately?
Been ranked higher than
What have you
been
done
ranked higher
lately?
than South Carolina.
Wow.
Getting paid because of us. Y'all really getting paid. Everybody's
I
getting paid.
was
because
going to
of us.
say it earlier. Y'all, everybody was chiming in between Miami and SMU. They've been playing plays, baby. The Pony Express
Tell them.
and put the boys' pocket straight. You understand me?
Yeah, they was. They had that oil money. We couldn't compete.
But man, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we got Bobby G in the building. Audible Bobby G to be exact. I love it right now. We have Jets Girl from IG. That's Avril, one of our newest correspondents. Jay MIC and your boy K Witch, I was #1 draft pick. We still cooking in the kitchen. We are at the top of the second hour, so we're gonna run it. NBA talk. Bobby G, Cavs. Where you at with it?
We're still learning. We're learning how to win. Last couple of seasons, you saw the year before Donovan got here. We made it to the play-in. Donovan got here. We made it to the first round. Last year, we made it to the second round. The guys are still learning. They're learning the process of winning. This year, they're learning to beat the teams that they're supposed to beat and compete with the upper tier in the NBA. And they do. I mean, everybody has that team that they just can't, just bugs them. For us, it's the Hawks, unfortunately. It has been since the LeBron era, if you remember. They would beat us every year in the regular season, and then we would watch them in the playoffs. That's just our relationship with the Atlanta Hawks. But I like the way they're playing. They're and it starts with Donovan. He's learning how to let his teammates help him out, and learning when he needs to go get a bucket, he can go get that bucket. But he's leaning on Evan Mobley more, who's shown definite improvement in his game and has been given more freedom by Kenny Atkinson. So shout out to him. Yeah, man, they're looking good, and we're gonna see what they can do with it, man. They have the confidence. Now let's see how far they can take it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree with you. We had a spirited conversation the other day on In the Hoop about Evan Mobley and his progression, and not only the offense but as a player. And if you get a chance to look at the Rec Room Sports page, we had a conversation, man, where we talked about if you know Evan Mobley outside of Cleveland. So make sure you click on that one, like that link, and share it with your friends. Jay and Bobby went back and forth on that one, but you know how we do as friends, man. We're gonna argue, we're gonna banter. That's just how we get down. Going forward, like on the Eastern Conference, gentlemen, of course, we have a lot of parity going on right now, especially in the in-season tournament. As of right now, we still are looking up at what seems to be a Celtic-led Eastern Conference, along with the Boston Celtics, as they are at the top. And then when we go to the West, right now, it's crazy, but nobody is really giving the Houston Rockets props, along with OKC and Dallas right behind them. So as we look at the makeup of what's going on right now, gentlemen, which one of these conferences do we think the in-season tournament may have a championship from?
It's hard to say to me. I mean, I think we still trying to realize like how this works out, because I mean the Lakers won it last year. We got to see a trend first, I guess. I guess you can go by like who's healthy right now, who's who's on the roll, who has the hot hand. Right now I will have to say that Cleveland can win this.
No, we're eliminated.
Y'all
we're eliminated.
Yeah. Who's not? That's the thing. Like some good teams.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who's eliminated or who isn't, right?
Right. And that's something I haven't been keeping up with at all, when it comes to the in-season tournament. And that,
Hey, how about this, guys? I got you. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Keep talking, Jay. I'm gonna try and put this up here.
so I, what with what I've been keeping up with.
I think Detroit
do
may
we?
get the.
You
I
think
know in the
Detroit
East
can go?
Detroit might get the that wild card spot. Their point
Right.
differential was like plus 28, I believe. I think they had a better point differential than the Celtics, and they had the
Okay.
same record.
So if all right, this I believe this is current. Let's go. Let's scroll up to the top. So this is December 3rd for sure. So we're in the right spot. So Eastern Conference. This is Atlanta and New York right now in the conference quarterfinals. Orlando Magic and Milwaukee Bucks. Remember last year it was
Surprising.
somebody. Last year it was the Pacers that kind of surmised what was going on, and I think that is a surprise. And then somehow we look at the Western Conference Group A winners. So we got the Houston Rockets, we got Group C, we got the Golden State Warriors, and then in contention. Hey, look, man, look at that, Jay, look at that right there. Who that? the boys is in the wild card only. San Antonio Spurs in Group B, Phoenix Suns, Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Dallas Mavericks. I believe the Western Conference, of course, got most of their games from their groups out of the way, which is why we see that Houston has clinched the Group A winners. And then we're just going to go ahead and square forward these next 4 games. But I'm looking at the Eastern Conference right now, and I'm seeing Atlanta, I'm seeing New York, I'm seeing Orlando, and I'm seeing Milwaukee. And we know that right now Orlando is battling some really, really crucial injury issues. Milwaukee, unfortunately, I really don't get it. They're having trouble putting the pieces together for another year. It seems like the Atlanta Hawks looking real young, real fresh. Of course, hey, when you got the draft picks running and everybody's French, ha ha, it looks really good. And then of course the Knicks, big cat, straight out of Minnesota, also all of a sudden turned into the big bodega, and we got Jalen Brunson looking like he never lost a step. Like somehow, some way, guys, I'm looking at this and saying to myself, is this another year for an unknown Eastern Conference team to make waves, almost like the Indiana Pacers did last year when they went up against the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals for this in-season tournament? Like, which one of these 4, as we see here, do we think could just come out and go, yeah, we this is it. This is our year to win the in-season tournament?
Honestly, just like I was saying, I haven't noticed a trend yet. The only trend is, and I hate to pick on the guy that hacked Trevor's Facebook page, but the Lakers, they got some help, and then they got somebody who could be a water boy one night, can come in and play a couple minutes one night, and then also go get pizzas another night. So my whole thing, about the Lakers is at that time when they won, I guess for them, their last championship being the championship, the bubble championship, that was a sign of them in a decline. Like that's the best they can do, especially in the middle of the season when they're the healthiest. So when you look at a team like Houston, the way they played at the end of the season came just short of making the playoffs. I say if that schedule would have been a little different, we would have got, they would at least been in the play-in. Maybe we look at the team that's on the come up at the end of the season and start to say that will be the in-season tournament winner. That's what I'm thinking. I think whoever gets that traction at the end of the season, and more than likely it's going to be a young team, up-and-coming team, pretty much gets it together. And then in the beginning of the season, once they start the in-season tournament, I think they pretty much have enough momentum, to actually win this. In Houston's case, I think they're going to be able to even like make it to the playoffs or the play-in. They're not making it any less. They're making it at least in the play-in. So, they also in this, and then I'm kind of going a little bit everywhere here, but there's something that's fascinating to me is the fact that, you learn how to win. When these games are for the stakes that they're for what's at stake, you learn how to win. These are not just normal games where it's like you got to kind of help young guys along and coach them up. Nah, like this is like championship atmosphere. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna approach it. You know, you can actually teach your young team how to win without being in the playoffs. You know, so to say, you know, pro season. So I'm looking to see teams like Houston, you know, that's on the come up. Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Detroit, you know, Detroit probably end up winning the playing next year. So, you know, teams like that to actually don't one have the health, the youth, and you know, possibly like the depth to actually be the better team in a tournament like that.
I got you. I got you. So, you know, Bobby, about to say, Bobby or April, you know, if we just looking at the teams in the Eastern
Well,
Conference
I say
who are
yes
on the
for
quarterfinals, what we got left?
just for the NBA Cup. Just for the NBA Cup. I feel like the Knicks can pull it out. I feel
Awesome.
like the Knicks gonna pull it out. Now they can't do nothing in the postseason. They can't make it out the playoffs. But I feel like for the NBA Cup and what they're doing right now and how they're playing, I think they could pull this off.
I hear you. I hear you, Bobby G. Where you at with it? You thinking Bucks, Orlando, Knicks? What we looking like?
Not for the Grizz. I'm agree with April. The Knicks, they're experiencing, they have the most talent. The talent is playing the best right now. They're playing better basketball than the Bucks, who just can't seem to get it together. The other thing, I'm gonna say Jay is partially right. He ain't all the way wrong like usual, but he's partially right. I'm gonna cut him off at the end of the season. You ain't carrying no momentum from last season to the beginning of the season. But what I will say, and what I noticed while he was speaking, as I'm looking at the standings, I think it starts the summer league. You look at these younger teams, and you remember last year, Indiana Pacers, that young team, got that chemistry going in summer league and came right into the season on fire. See that playing out. You look at the Hawks playing well, young team. Orlando, young team. Go to the West, Spurs, young team. Pistons, young team. Because this in-season tournament is a great opportunity for these coaches to say, hey, this is what we're trying to get to. This is the level we're trying to get to in competitive basketball. And without worrying about, you know, these teams aren't going to the playoffs, but this is a time for them to do some real teaching and coaching in a competitive environment. So that may be the key. Just having that youth movement come out strong from summer league to the beginning of the season before they get welcomed to the NBA once the All-Star break hits. But yeah, I agree with Avery. It's the Knicks, man. You get Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns seem to have found his role. Those guys looking like they're about to get rolling. So yeah, it could be them.
Yeah, man. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to jump on the bandwagon with this one. Big shouts out to the biggest Nick fan I know, my pops, Bernie. Bernie, what it do? We appreciate you if you're watching. In real life, Jay hit the nail on the head and said one of the hottest teams, or how hot the teams are, especially when they're young, coming out of the playoffs, going into the next season. If y'all remember, the Knicks, barring injury, were games away from being in the NBA Finals, possibly. But of course, a plethora of injuries took key players away, and then magically we come back. We got Julius Randle, we got this one, we got that one. No sir. Worldwide West makes a trade for Big Cat, aka the Big Bodega, and we don't get a chance to see the Villanova crew on the court at the same time, but we get to see Jalen Brunson play with all-star caliber power forward or center. And I think that's one thing that, of all things that he did not have, that he really needed. Jay, last year or earlier in the season, we talked about Julius Randle being a black hole of sorts. Cat has been proven to be kind of the opposite. That pick and roll, when he gets to fade off to the top of the key, right to the top of the three-point line, he's deadly from that area. One of the best shooting big men in the league. I am astonished at how he somehow transferred that skill from Minnesota to New York. But shoot is shoot. And I think in reality, this is one of those years where we got to pay attention to the Knicks, and to kind of put the nail on their upstart year. This would be something like the Knicks win the in-season tournament, and then we begin to watch them make more noise during the regular season as the team, gels and coalesces together. Because last season I was one of those people. I thought that Knicks team was solid last year. But to see how they have come together this season, of course, with Brunson at the helm, and then we got other additions. We got guys we not necessarily never heard of. I don't want to say that, but guys that we were not as aware of on the New York Knicks roster, making appearances every day, and somehow magically making an impact. Not just making guest appearances, but making an impact as well. Of course, we got guys like Josh Hart somehow, some way, OG Anunoby out here in the streets. Then, of course, one of the biggest additions, he ain't had to do nothing but find another townhouse probably. Mikal Bridges went from Brooklyn to the Brooklyn Nets to the New York Knicks. I think that was a huge addition too. And Mikal Bridges, when he was in Phoenix, was a 3-and-D guy, and I think he's retained or found a way to retain that type of skill set in New York, because he wasn't. When they brought him to Brooklyn, they thought he was going to all of a sudden be their number one scorer. Take position in which he would be, leading the Eastern Conference in scoring. But I don't think he's that guy. I don't think he's that guy. But you know what he is? He's a great third man, a great second man, great second option, and an awesome defender. And I think playing with your homeboys is cool. Just like I like to get down with the homies right here on the Rec Room. So big shouts out to everybody who got to participate today. I feel like, I'm a Celtics fan, but I feel like this is the beginning of like a young Knicks franchise.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you call that thing down, don't make them too soft.
Yeah,
like I'm a Heat fan. I'm a Heat fan, but I'm watching, and I don't watch a lot of basketball, but I've been watching these games, especially since Cat got traded. They're playing good. They're playing real good.
Definitely. And of course, if Abel saw it, that means we all saw it, ladies and gentlemen. And then look, moving forward, of course, we have Alan over here, or who has commented on multiple occasions, says that the Thunder won Group B in the Western Conference. It's always a young upstart team that we have to look out for. The Oklahoma City Thunder have been known for keeping 17 first round picks in their pocket. And it looks like some of them are actually doing well when healthy. Barring injury, Chet Holmgren seems to be an all-star caliber center power forward. They just got what's my guy from who was just on the Knicks. They just got him back from injury. I mean, like this is another team or with a scenario of doing well in the in-season tournament may help them look better going forward rather than what they are currently right now. So we have to keep an eye on it. And one more thing, and I got to say this because we talked about it, I think, for a little while on the show before we move forward. Man, Steph Curry, man, it's still Steph Curry out there, bro. It's still it's not. It's once again. I remember. And I'm gonna say this, and Jay and Bobby, y'all can probably agree with this. I remember Jermaine O'Neal was the star of the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine O'Neal was the man.
I remember that.
But somehow, some way, old behind Reggie would come out there and drop 9, 12, shut the game down. And I feel like Steph Curry is in a similar vein right now, even though the young Warriors have some players in position to eventually move Uncle Draymond out the way, to eventually move Steph Curry out the way. Did
you just sneak this Steph Curry?
No.
Did you say Steph Curry is only good for 9 to 12 points a game?
No, not 9 to 12. He's definitely doing way more than 9 to 12. But what I heard, I'm trying to put a little inference on. Jay, you talk about it, man. Your guy, Kuminga, the Golden State Warriors, they still here, right?
I mean, yeah, I like the fact that they seem to be like featuring him more. I like the type of pro that he is. I mean, I don't know if it works with that team, with the concept of Steph getting all those shots up, because it's going to hurt his efficiency. Like at some point, it's going to hurt his efficiency. you can be dumping the ball down low. He could be posting guys up and going to the free throw line. Yeah, I mean, it calls for a slower game. Probably not as many points scored, but I think Kuminga is getting to a point where if it's gonna be about Steph Curry for the next like 2 to 3 years, maybe you need to move him and get enough assets. Like just take, Lord, take the OKC approach and try to just stockpile some picks because that's a talent. You don't know what you can get out of him because you're not using him at his maximum effort. Yeah, he's out there with Steph Curry, or he's out there, but he doesn't know that's his team, which is a big difference. When you know it's your team and like a lot of decisions are made based around you, it's different. It's a different confidence. It's a different way you go at things. So yeah, like the Steph Curry thing, and then saying, "Hey, we got Kuminga, and he's coming along." As much as I'm saying that, it's not gonna work unless unless you make it all about him. And Steph Curry just closes the games out. Like it
So
was
are
for
they
the
not
Olympics.
trying to move that guy into the Klay Thompson role?
No, he ain't that.
No,
That's what they got Buddy Hield for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which is bootleg as hell. But oh, that's bootleg as hell. I don't care what anybody say. Like, can you imagine? And yes, he can shoot. Right? He can shoot. And I'm not saying
phone, Jay?
like, huh?
You know who should pick up the phone?
Who's that?
Minnesota.
For Buddy Hield or Kuminga?
Kuminga.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get him running with Ant-Man.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
I like it, but I'm in that mindset of thinking if anything happens with Minnesota, man, when is Mike Conley gonna put it down, bro? They got to get a point guard.
He got to get enough money for him and Greg Oden. So as long as
we got a Greg Oden reference, ladies and gentlemen.
Man. Shout out to Mike Conley, but yeah, him and Greg Oden he has to make enough money for him and Greg. So as long as he can put, we probably looking at another 5 years, man.
Wow,
Shout
man.
out
Hey,
to the
man.
Conleys, man.
Shout out to the Conley. Shout out to Minnesota, and shout out to all the teams we mentioned right here on this hoop session, bro. It's crazy. From time to time on this show, when we get to talking about things that involve favorite teams and controversy, somehow, some way that also involves money. So once again, we got to bring my boy, the 10-man back in from Fantasy Sports Gamblers in the building.
Ooh, baby.
You
thought I was going away?
Not yet.
Not know I was going away, baby. That's where we're at, man. NBA bets, guys. Look, it might be Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. That's right. My birthday's tomorrow, guys. And we got some bets to watch out for here. All right. So tomorrow, for instance, we got Orlando spread of a -2.5 against Philly. Love that bet here. We got the Lakers Miami under 219.5. That's a low number. But you got to recognize that these guys,
they don't score a lot of points.
Lakers only scored 80 points against Minnesota. And the Heat only scored 89 points against Celtics. Yes, teams could exceed this total phenomenally against each other. But they shouldn't. It shouldn't be this way here. So that's what we got here for tomorrow, Thursday here, looking ahead. No lines yet, but let's look out for the OKC Toronto game going over the total points there. And Dallas spread versus Washington. Washington is awful. Washington is 5-12-1 against the spread, guys. Dallas is 12-8-1. Look at Dallas getting that spread money. I guarantee you it's probably been about -8, -9 is what I'm predicting here. And I'd be okay with sticking with that. And finally on Friday here, Celtics money line against the Bucks. I don't care what it is. -250, -190. I don't care what that is here. NBA money line Celtics money line against the Bucks on Friday here as we go into the weekend here. Now stay tuned. We'll have some more money line bets for you, but that's your NBA bets here so far for this week that I can see.
Hey man, Tan man, you're doing a great job with these numbers, my brother. Keep up the good work. Fantasy gamblers on Rec Room coming to a podcast.
Hey, you know what we do it? You know what we do it?
We do.
We lock those bets in, baby. That's exactly what we do. Let's get it going.
Hey man, drop a bomb for the lock in, man. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Tatum, once again. We're gonna bring you back before we close out. Oh man, so Jay, we've been doing some things, and from time to time we've added a couple of nuances, right? And then we got our guy Bobby G on the show, and I feel like it's time. It's time, Jay. What do you think?
I think it's time.
All right, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I feel like Black from the Nas album. If you know, you know.
Right? If you know, you know. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, from time to time, we do something different. So we're gonna do it right here, man. Bobby G, you down with it, right? I know you are. So coming up,
let's get it.
We got a slice of life, man. Like, oh man, let's straight up and down, man. Slice of life with Bobby G. Go ahead, take it away, bro.
I heard a conversation earlier, and it got me to thinking. Some people were talking, as you know, I'm a Cleveland, Ohio, born and raised Browns fan through and through. We played the Broncos last night, Monday Night Football. And in preview, I have a show I watch. And preview on that, they were discussing how big of a surprise the Broncos were, how great of a coaching job Sean Payton was doing. He may win Coach of the Year. How great the quarterback was, as opposed to last year, even though at this exact point in time, the team is only one game better. And even though at the same point in time, their quarterback, who was Russell Wilson, statistically was in the exact same position as a quarterback this year, who's Bo Nix. Now, this isn't anything against Bo Nix or Sean Payton, but it got me to thinking the most scrutinized position in all the sports, whether you like it or not, is quarterback. And throughout the history of the NFL, some of the most scrutinized players to play that position have been Black. It seemed last season like we'd come to finally get this behind us. Over half of the starting quarterbacks to start week 1 for their team last season were Black, and that was definitely progress. But in hearing this situation broken down, it just felt like to me there's still a lack of respect for not only Black quarterbacks but Black coaches. Because the only difference in the scenario is Russell Wilson and Bo Nix. Russell Wilson, who's now in Pittsburgh, leading the third best team in the NFL, getting zero credit for it, but he got all the blame for why the Broncos were being bad last year, even though they're being coached by a coach who was almost a decade removed from the game. Couldn't be his fault. That's neither here nor there. And it's just sad in this day and age to still be like having this discussion or even having this have to be a part of your thought process. Like, at what point do we get by this? The reigning MVP of the league, Black quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, by the way. There's a team looking to win its 3rd straight championship, unprecedented in the NFL, led by Patrick Mahomes, Black quarterback, already 3-time Super Bowl winner and MVP. And even him, he's had to deal with, for the last 3 years, people trying to make or force Joe Burrow to be better than him, even though he's literally in a class of his own. Tom Brady was never challenged. He was the GOAT, and you couldn't say anything bad about it. Nobody was touching him. You get thrown out of town or ran out of the bar you were in if you spoke against Tom Brady, whether you were in Boston or not. Let these guys play. Respect their game. And that's it. It shouldn't be a debate. Patrick Mahomes is one of the most gifted quarterbacks to ever touch football. Just let it be that. Stop trying to push people up on him just because you may not like him. For whatever reason, personal or what he does on the field. Let's stop trying to mold every athletic quarterback into a running back or a receiver. It's like Lamar Jackson. Just let me do what I do. Like, let's get out of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, folks. It's the 2000s, the 2020s. Let's move life forward, please, and enjoy the show. All I got, man.
That's enough. That is enough, my brother. That is definitely enough. Woo. How do we follow that one, Jay? Speaking of people with black teams with black quarterbacks and scrutiny at the same time, you got. I'm sure you got something to say about that, bro.
Mainly, I'm kind of glad. Uh, I'm glad Bobby brought this up. We were talking about it before, and I was like, oh man, this is so right on. But something that I didn't think about, and this is sad to me because something I didn't really think about is one, I'm so gracious for the fact that Jaden Daniels is out here completing the ball as much as he is, completing passes. Um, that percentage is amazing. Him having to be the first player, and let me get this right, 200 yards, uh, 80% pass percentage, and I believe 50 rushing yards, or something like that. I believe it. But first player to ever do it. What do you think about the black quarterback now? Um, I think about quarterbacks like Tommy Frazier. Tommy Frazier, Lamar Jackson. I don't care what nobody says. Tommy
Greatest
Frazier
college
was
quarterbacks ever.
Lamar Jackson, and he never got a chance. He heard what they were telling Lamar, and he was like, "All right, I'm out." And it's sad. You know, the player beside him who got the chance at running back, Lawrence Phillips. But so many quarterbacks, man, we can look at. Maybe didn't have the size, maybe didn't have this, but there were so many reasons to just, sift through them, keep them out. Um, I love the game. I love the way the game has progressed. But yeah, man, I mean, so many quarterbacks. Chris Lee. Tell me Chris Lee couldn't run a pro offense right now with the chance. Pat White was on NFL rosters running up the score in preseason and didn't get a chance. So, that hit kind of hard when Bobby was saying, even when he mentioned it to me, and I was like, damn, I didn't even think to expand on it as much as I did after the fact. And I was like, damn, man, perfect time to bring up Tommy Frazier. You kids, anybody never heard of Tommy Frazier? Nebraska quarterback, probably handed Florida one of the biggest ass cuttings ever in a bowl game. And had the biggest play I ever seen to prove it. Like that one play said it all. But Tommy Frazier came back from a blood clot. I believe. Where hey, you might not be able to play quarterback anymore. And they were really pushing this kid away from being a quarterback, man, from living his dream. And he ran away from it, man, because he listened to the noise. But like I said, so many quarterbacks. Maybe some don't have the chance. I always bring this up. Shout out to Steve Young. Why isn't Steve Young around no more? Check stats. Go back to ESPN Countdown to how he pretty much couldn't hold it no more. Saying these black quarterbacks can't read the defense. Out of here. Can't say that no more. You know what I'm saying? So it became a thing. It always was a thing, but about it what they did, and I'm not gonna say that's why they fired Steve Young, but there were many games, including Vince Young, matter of fact, that he couldn't hold it anymore, and they got away with him. So, yeah, that was big on what Bobby said, man. But like I said, man, anybody ever get the chance, just look at these quarterbacks. Tell me these quarterbacks couldn't lead the offense. They could. Maybe not all of them. Maybe, look at Anthony Richardson. He goes out there, he said, screw it. I'm just going to run a couple touchdowns, whatever. Maybe a quarterback or two might have to do that. But when you look at quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels and so on, and like I said, when you go back and look at the Tommy Frazier's and the Chris Leaks and there were so many guys that got a chance. I'm speaking of guys who they didn't even want to give a chance. You know what I mean? And it's sad. And definitely, Bobby brought some heat with that one.
Man, if you ever want to think about this, just think about this. Deshaun Watson won the national championship, beat Alabama. Before that season, he was projected to be the first quarterback off the board. Patrick Mahomes also a part of this draft class. So was Lamar Jackson. Who was the first quarterback taken in that draft? Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky
came out of nowhere to surpass Deshaun Watson, who won the national championship. Patrick Mahomes, who threw for 700 yards in a game, and Lamar Jackson, who won the Heisman. Mitch Trubisky somehow passed all three of those guys to become the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah, fleecing. Once again, gentlemen, I think that was a spirited conversation, most definitely. As I'm going to just chime in, the quarterback that Bobby has in question that went from one team to another team is magically the quarterback of my team right now. And a lot of times, when we speak of Coach Mike Tomlin, the word that has been thrown at him in a negative and in a positive at the same time in the same sentence is that he is a player's coach. A player's coach. What does that mean when you're a player's coach? That you get along with the players? That they understand you or you understand them? Maybe they look at you as a father figure. Maybe they understand your circumstances, where you come from, the adversity you had to go through. And I think that is the same for Coach Tomlin, regardless of skin color. Because one of the best players on his team is J.J. Watt. And if you haven't looked at him lately, J.J. Watt is white. T.J. Watt. Excuse me. T.J. Watt is white. Okay? And the thing is, that type of coaching brings players together regardless of skin tone. That's why when they get those trades, they get those guys in the locker room, they are excited to be in Pittsburgh. And of all the trash they talked about with Russell Wilson and how square he was, and he likes to do push-ups on a plane because he threw interceptions, and we don't like him, and well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Russell Wilson is still playing really good right now. And I'm so happy to have him on my team. And he's married to Sierra. Okay, gotta give him props for that too. Yeah. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, black quarterbacks, black coaches, man, they've had a lot of the adversity to go through. And somehow, some way, I think that the best coaches give players the opportunity to be themselves. Give a shout out to the Harbaugh out there in Ravens, man. Out there in Baltimore. Be more. What? You got Lamar Jackson with the whole top and bottom 16 braids nappy feeling like himself, playing and being him. Back in the day, they got mad at Donovan McNabb for possibly being a little too not colored. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot sometimes. But I give props to coaches who let them be them. And that's what I think happened with Coach Mike Tomlin and Russell Wilson. So there it is, man. Black coaches, black quarterbacks, man. Throw it out there. Avery, man, your quarterback all right too. I just want to let you know that.
Which quarterback?
Oh, dang. Oh, man.
Which quarterback?
Oh, my goodness. Your quarterback is all right, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Aaron Rodgers in the dark.
No, he's hot.
Anyways, so it was funny that you brought that up because earlier me and Jay were talking about it. Look at how good Carolina is. Look at what Carolina has that they haven't had in a very long time. If not, I can't remember. We have a black quarterback. Look at our season. Look at how well he's doing. Shane Beamer is just letting him ball. But it took us getting a rookie black quarterback to have the season that we're having. They really got to invest more in black quarterbacks. Like, the narrative has to change. They have to get rid of the slave mentality. And I know people don't want to bring it up and don't want to talk about it, but a lot of the owners still have a slave mentality. And black quarterbacks usually pay the price. But when they put their trust in them and they let them play and they get a good coaching staff behind them, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, I mean, come on. Jaden Daniels, like, hopefully one day the narrative will change and it will be different. I don't expect it to be today or tomorrow, but I foresee within the next 5 to 10 years, the narrative being different around black quarterbacks in the NFL and in college.
Word up, son. Word. I mean, look, you said it. The narrative will change over time. And to be honest with you, something that Bobby mentioned in another show is the narrative will change with the way that the narrative is written. The writers and the people who talk about these sports, the hands are changing. The way that we are expressing ourselves is changing. And the coolest part is we got people on both sides of the color spectrum who can respect the athletes and coaches that we currently have and that aren't looking to the past to somehow re-resignate themselves to go, oh, it's going to go back. No, it's not. It ain't going back. It's not going back. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, though. The way that you coach, the way that they play is going to move forward. And that goes for white quarterbacks, black quarterbacks, white defensive backs. Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? It's going to change. But we have to be able to move with the times, people, and say, hey, man, let that young, what they say, let that man do him. Let him do him. Go ahead. Put all 16 goals in your mouth. As long as you throw me 3 touchdowns, I don't care. It don't bother me at all. What, you want to get your hair braided before the game while we having the walkthrough? Go ahead, man. Just make sure it's fresh. Give him some straight backs. Do it. You know what I'm saying? AI, a famous picture, man. Famous picture. I think Bobby brought it up in the hoop one time. AI mama on the sideline, braiding his hair just so that she knew her baby wasn't gonna play right if the cornrows wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? She knew it. But that's a sign of the times, man. It's a sign of the times, man. Oh man, I think this is I think we Jay, we hit all the marks on that one, bro. I think that was great.
So did.
Yeah, man, for sure. Oh man, once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still hanging with us, we 2.5 hours in on the opening show for Rec Room Sports. We got our girl, newest correspondent, Jets Girl for Life, Avril in the building. What's going on? We got Audible Bobby G, Cleveland's home, but he's in Las Vegas, so that's his new home. What's happening? Of course, we got JDMIC. That's the man right there. We are in the building, and we've been having a plethora of guests come in and out of the show, and I swear we are having a ball. As I see here, and look at this. Oh my God. I think we got one more bet from Tan Man. Tan Man, you got one more bet before we run the last little bit of the show?
Ladies and gentlemen, I do. By the way, I don't know if you guys heard the term of look good, feel good, play good. I don't care what you do. If you got to look good and feel good to play good, you look good and feel good. I don't care what you do, okay? And it's prosper, okay? Exactly what you said, Whit. I don't care what you got to do in the background. Go play good for me. Go play good for what I need. So That's what it's about. And Patrick Mahomes,
Uh-oh.
Bobby G. Oh, I whatever he needs, I got his back. I got his back. He needs a limb. He needs my support. He needs whatever he needs. Right here, baby. I got his back. So, by the way, I appreciate.
Since my Browns is out of it, I hope they do get the 3-peat.
I kind of do. I wouldn't hate it. So obviously, but no, I appreciate all your comments. It was actually really awesome to hear in that aspect here, and quite frankly, I agree with you. Go. Who cares who's playing? Go play. Go play who you think you're going to play. So. But let's hit it up, guys. Here we do got some college basketball bets here to take a look at least. I don't have the odds with me right now because we just finished up the Tuesday round here. But man, Wednesday is one. Excuse my language. Hell of a day, And first off,
happy birthday to you.
What a birthday slate for myself here with the college basketball slate here. I am so excited to hear this. It's gonna be phenomenal. Like be able to watch what I'm gonna be able to watch. Like, quite frankly, to me, like I'm on the Sports Buffoons on Wednesday nights, guys, and it's raunchy at times. I get it. It's fine. It may not be for everybody, but JG better be ready to trade me seats because we got a slate against us, guys. So let's look at it here. A couple bets I like here on Wednesday. Obviously, Baylor-UConn matchup is going to be very interesting here. UConn, again, swept in Maui. Had to come back against a nobody team to beat them. Baylor, who's played somebody this season in the college basketball ranks here. We got to watch for them here. I don't mind putting a little dabble on Baylor money line here. On this Wednesday coming up here, and a nobody team. You don't think about these guys. Like I'm gonna say a couple of teams that you're like, why are you even telling me like where you betting this guy? St. Bonaventure. Okay, St. Bonaventure 7-0 against the spread, going against Bucknell 5-3-1 here. Bucknell. I looked at who they played. They did not cover against even the bad teams. And when I say bad teams, they're bad teams, guys. Go get some St. Bona getting into play here for tomorrow here. It's going to be some great bets there. Thursday here, let's keep an eye on here on the North Florida line here. They're 7-0 against the spread, going against 5-2 against the spread as well. I'm curious to see exactly how this Warner team does in the mix here. And quite frankly to me, North Florida, by the way, is the team that did knock off a couple early top 25 teams early in the season here, struggling against Georgia. But I ain't too worried about it here. Go look at North Florida here. We'll watch the cover here, see exactly what the spread is. And finally, Friday here, going against as well, Illinois against Northwestern. Illinois, I realize I lost some pieces. Okay, I'm fully aware, guys. I'm aware, but dang it, this 5-2 Illinois team against the spread is still a 5-2 spread team, guys. Coming off here, they had a nice win against Arkansas. By the way, they have the Kentucky money line or Kentucky coach now over there in Arkansas here, and they don't look too bad. They did beat KU, my team, of course. In the exhibition game, but Illinois looking good early in the season here, going against a Northwestern team that's 1-5 against the spread here. Love it here, especially with Illinois with having Wisconsin on deck next week here. Look at them to try to put this Northwestern team away early so they can get some rest here as they go in against a great Wisconsin team here come early next week here, and that's phenomenal here. And finally, Scott here has Connor Bedard over 3.5 shots. I don't care what day it is. I don't care what day he named it because, quite frankly, to me, if you don't bet Connor Bedard to hit to try to shoot over 3.5 shots, you shouldn't be betting at all. So that's what we got in the NHL world, guys. We have a lot more bets for you coming next time around. Check us out at lock it in coming into play here because we debut on December 14th on exclusively, ladies and gentlemen, on the Rec Room Sports. And that's where we're going to come at. Alan, Scott, myself, Jay, if he's free, I don't care who else shows up, baby, because we're going to have a lot of bets for you. And we're going to be back here on the Rec Room Sports here on Tuesday nights here. By the way, can I say it?
Say it, brother.
Let's go Chiefs, baby. Let's go Chiefs, baby. Guess what? We may not cover another bet in your life as Fred, but we're going to go win some games, guys, and we're going to get ramped up for the playoffs here come January. It's exactly what we did last year. Hollywood Brown should be back in a couple of weeks. Harrison Butker should be back in a couple of weeks. Let's go Chiefs. Rothschild Jayhawk. Hey, by the way, my favorite that I'm rooting for personally in the college football playoffs, SMU, baby. SMU. I've been rooting for these guys all year long. I hope they take Miami and they put a big old punt on their chances of making it in the college football playoffs. And I hope SMU takes down a couple guys before they get out. So watch out for SMU this college football playoffs as well. So,
Tan, man, let me tell you something, brother. For a first episode with the gang, well, this is just in your first episode with us, but the first episode of Rec Room Sports featuring the Fantasy Gamblers, man, we want to say thank you. We appreciate you for all the bets today. And we definitely are going to give you a key to the house and even the alarm code so you don't scare the pit bull in the backyard. Okay.
Hey, I'll be back, baby. We'll be back. We'll be back with the freshest bets. We'll be back with the greatest lines, and we'll be back to lock it in, baby. Exactly what we're going at. Let's go.
Thank you, Tanner, man. Oh, bro. Woo. Hey, man. So when you bring the enthusiasm to the show, we gonna have you back. I promise. Bro, let me tell you something. We got some birthdays to talk about. Since Tanner brought it up, we got a couple of celeb birthdays, Jay. Let me see what we got down there.
Oh man, we got plenty of birthdays that we pretty much passed by, I guess, since Thanksgiving, man. Oh man.
Is Tanner's birthday tomorrow too?
Huh? Yeah. So we're gonna start. Yeah, hold on. I got you. So we're gonna go with since Thanksgiving, we had race car driver Chase Elliott turned 29. We have football star on the 29th, Stephon Diggs turned 31. Also, football player Russell Wilson, your guy, turned 36 on the 29th.
Hey, Russ.
Basketball player Julius Randle turned 30 on the 29th. On the 30th, we have wrestler Trinity Fatu. Am I saying that correctly? All right, she turned 37. All right, football coach, legend, rest in heaven, Bill Walsh. Athlete, Bo Jackson, turned 62 on the 30th. And also coach Paul Westfall, coach of the Phoenix Suns, also coached the Kings, some good bit of years. But coached the Suns to basically the NBA Finals when they eventually lost against Jordan and them guys. But that was Charles Barkley's also his MVP season, man. So Paul Westfall, man, big shout out. On 12/1, we had Deshaun Jackson. He turned 38. Baseball player Reggie Sanders turned 37. We had Steve Walsh. Hey, Bobby. Steve Walsh turned 58. Former Hurricane. Yeah. All right. So, baseball player Larry Walker, batting champion from 98, 99, 2000, 2001. Anyway, Larry Walker. And golfer Lee Trevino. Nobody, if you know, man. If you know, you know. December 2nd, Aaron Rodgers.
QB.
Turned 41.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Right. Right. QB, Aaron Rodgers turned 41. Also, his main man, Aaron Jones, running back for the Vikings, turned 30. Boise State running back, Ashton Genty, I believe that's how you pronounce it, turned 21. and he will be drinking at drinking age, and he will be going to the NFL. Just letting y'all know that. All right, so yeah, 12-3. We have auto racer Bobby Allison and owner Harold Steinbrenner turned 55.
My guy.
So last but not least, happy birthday, Tanner. Today, December 4th. Tanner's birthday.
Shout out to 10 man, yo.
I appreciate you,
Man.
Jay. I appreciate you, Jay.
Man, Tanner,
I had some prizes tonight, so I appreciate you, man.
awesome. Appreciate you, Tanner.
And
Tanner.
it's your birthday, but somehow, some way, you found a way to give us a gift. God damn it!
Hey,
Exactly.
hey,
I'll sneak two more in there.
I'm here, man. I'm here. You know, we're celebrating, and dang it, it's a way to celebrate a birthday, 35, baby, coming into play. Exactly how I wanted to do it. So
there you go, man. Hey, look, Tanner. Once again, happy birthday! Thank you for bringing the fantasy gamblers to the Rec Room Sports crew, and we will be once again bringing you back on another Tuesday when we go live for the Rec Room Sports crew. Man, hey Jay, we got one more thing you got to do, don't you? It's,
I do.
Hold on, wait. Let me wait, because we almost done, but we ain't done at the same time. So, Jay, real talk, bro. what's really going on, dog? Like, what's this about? Tell me something, bro.
Usually, what's that about? I haven't done it. Shout out to Trevor. Trevor, Trevor, man, you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? From long range, you know what I mean? However you got to do it, man. Appreciate you.
What to do though?
But what's that about was always a segment that I would post a picture and have a story behind it. But y'all want to know what the picture out is what's going on right here. You see this right here? Back also to Tanner, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much, man. Like, we've had so many conversations, and these conversations have, we've all had our times. You know what I mean? And thank you. I can't say it enough.
Can't say it enough, bro.
Thank you.
yeah, I'm just glad you guys are back at it, man. That's all I'm excited. I don't even care if I'm involved. This is all I wanted. This is all I wanted.
This is what
you guys back at it. And guess what, Trev? I texted him with him today. He sent me some screenshots. He sent me some shots, some the fancy gambler stuff. And, I sent him some shots back here, like, hey, this is where I'm aiming at. I'm excited to work with him. He's gonna do phenomenal. I love exactly what he loves, like his image, his design wise. But you guys, give yourself some credit here, man. Without you two, this thing doesn't go on. So phenomenal by you guys. Like, let's give some shout out here. This is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I'm about. And this is why I'm here tonight at 11:30.
12:30 on our side.
12:30 your side, 11:30 my side, baby. Hey, this is why I'm still up, man.
9:30.
It's because of you guys.
Bobby with the
You guys, yeah, Bobby out here at the Las Vegas time.
I'm going to the club.
Get out of here, man. It's about time for casino time here. So, but no, you guys, phenomenal job tonight. 2.5 hours, baby. Almost 3 hours here on the mark here. Let's go. This is what RecRoom's all about. This is why I'm still around, and this is why I'm still hanging out here at the 2 hour, almost 3 hour mark here. So,
love it, man. This has been great, man. It's definitely been a great show. I hope Whit is all right. He just backed out.
It's fine. Don't worry about Whit.
Yeah,
he's crying.
This has been amazing, man, and we pretty much everything that we pretty much formulated. This was like very spur of the moment ish. Even though I would want to say I actually had a dream about this, so like it's cool actually seeing a dream come true in a way. Appreciate Bo, appreciate Champ, appreciate Allen, appreciate Scott. Man, we got you, Scott. We got you. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate Bobby. Appreciate Avril. Appreciate who am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anybody?
Your mama.
Got him.
Did we say Bo and Champ? Did you say Bo and Champ already? Did I miss that?
Bobby, love you, Mom. I don't say my mom now. I don't know. I'm gonna know now, but soon. But yeah, I'll bring up those chitlins some other time. But yeah, this has been big. I appreciate everybody. We acting like we're never gonna do this again, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
We're doing this again. It's
So
on.
this is beautiful. Again, appreciate everybody. Celebrate your birthday, Tanner. Celebrate it. I know
I
you've
will,
been
baby.
celebrated already. You
I
had
will.
some surprises. Man, get it in. Get it in for sure.
Well, man, 35, man. It's gonna be a great year. I'm excited for it, and I got you guys to all celebrate it with. So we're gonna have a great year.
We will.
Man, look, we will have a great year. We do have more in store. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching the top of the third hour. If you don't know, the young man Casanat's Mafia-thon was 30 days long, but this Rec Room stream was 3 hours strong. And I promise you, we will be back again. We will do this one more time. Oh my God. Big shouts out to everybody who got up to be a part of this. But everybody who wanted to be a part of it, you can be. Make sure you reach out to us, the boys at Rec Room. We got Jake, the MIC, Audible Bobby G, Avril the Jets Girl for Life, Tan Man from Fantasy Gamblers, and your mama's #1 draft pick. Oh, yeah, I'm about to go in the refrigerator as soon as I get off this break. I promise you, this is what we do right here at the Rec Room Sports. Oh, my God, man, we had a great time. I can't believe it. But look, folks, guess what, dog? Uh-oh, Jay. Where is it? Where is it, Jay? It's done. I haven't done it in so long. I gotta find it. Wait.
More time.
I ain't lying. I wish we did, bro. In real life, we really did it today. I appreciate everybody. I'm so excited for us to have had this. We was going to say last thoughts, but guess what? Those were the last thoughts. It's over with, ladies and gentlemen, man. So please like, share, and subscribe to the Rec Room Sports random podcast. Because I'm telling you, we got some podcasts coming to each other. We got some things doing. Literally, Fantasy Gamblers, Rec Room Sports in the hoop. Oh, it's going down. Honorable Bobby G, man, we appreciate you coming through. April, what you on deck for next week? They don't even got to say that to you, man. Thank y'all for watching. We got to get up out of here. Peace out.